If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role. Why, hello, and welcome to session 16 of the Glittering Night. I'm in.
Hey, it's Sweet 16.
I'm in Friday mode. The 16th session of the Glittering Night in Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. I am the storyteller.
Yes.
Stu.
Oh God! I always forget I'm next. Are you? Hi, I'm Joey, and I am playing Colin Shaw, the Toreador, who is the Crown Prince of Team Fuck Around.
Hello, I am Pooja, and I'm playing Lakshmi, the Tremere, who has, decided the Glittering Night should be hers.
Mm-hmm. The actual prince.
Right. I'm Stork. I'm playing a Bruja named Floyd Gilmore.
Your mic is muted.
Right, mine's opposite everybody else's because the way it hooked up. I'm Stork. I'm playing Floyd Gilmore, a Bruja. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sam. I play Anna Sophia, your friendly neighborhood Malkavian satanic nun.
And I'm Jim, and I'm playing Felix St. John, who is a Hollywood-obsessed Nosferatu who desperately just wants to go back to doing the things that he loves and wants anybody else to be prince.
Is that St. John as in...
St. John, yeah. St. John.
Like St. John Smythe. What was it? It was the Bond episode.
Yeah.
It was a Roger Moore Bond, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. I believe it was... where was St. John? I can't remember.
That's a deep cut, if you guys know that one.
Moonraker?
That is a Roger Moore one, yes.
Yeah, that is a Roger Moore
It's
one. But I don't think
arguably the worst one, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
actually,
got
my
the
favorite
moon.
one of the Roger Moore.
The whole moon.
It's so camp.
I
I love
love the
it.
moon.
That's one of the reasons why.
Well, it is Roger Moore.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was not camp.
I mean, Holly Goodhead. Come on.
That was nicknamed in college.
Would someone like to summarize what happened in the last session?
I can read what I wrote down.
Okay.
If you do Legend of the Five Rings, L5R, is it Samurais the next session?
Hey.
Sorry. I'll see myself out.
Let's see. Session 15. Felix's progeny, David Vasquez, was going through the Nosferatu changes. He is in a lot of pain. Yay. Felix tells him it's a lot to adjust to, no shit, and asks him if he's hungry, and offers him a human that he knows to eat. Woof. The drone project is done, but he's noticed the Inquisition's cameras are picking up hits from a beta site. Anna Sophia rises and snacks on her herd. Theodore Brickett, the Archon to Kwame Amaluf, mouthful, comes to present himself at the church. She welcomes him, gives him permission to hunt in the area, and then texts Paul Morphy to help Theodore get in touch. Everyone meets at the mall. Anna Sophia tells them about the visitor. Colin recognizes the name and surmises he's here because of the power vacuum. Felix explains the beta unit of Inquisition cameras, and Anna Sophia lets everyone know the Satanist and Prosebny discotheque team brought back a vulture for us to question. Yay! At the church, Lakshmi notices that our guest isn't exactly human and smells a little bit like wet dog. His name is Tony. He is not awed by Colin, but weirdly is by Floyd.
No accounting for taste.
Anna Sophia makes him forget that he didn't consent to being tied up in the church. The bar he was at is neutral ground. He does know Mina, but Mark would be a better contact. He's the leader of the werewolf pack. You can apparently leave a message for him at the Screaming Chicken Bar. Felix postmates a large prime rib order for him to butter him up. There are about 15 of the werewolves in the pack. Mina has been meeting with them for a few days. She has some suits and tactical guys with her as well. Anna Sophia identifies Tony's weakness as prestige in his pack, so she and Felix offer to hook him up in entertainment circles. He's pretty amenable to setting up a meet and greet for us. He enjoys a nice steak and then goes on his way. He's a good boy. Radek tells Lakshmi Mina has 4 guys. They are not as good as his team. He can get them to defect. Sweet. Theodore Brickett shows back up. Anna Sophia shows him around the church and introduces him to Lakshmi. The Camarilla is concerned about the lack of leadership here. She tells him of Georgina's passing, and all but says she's in charge of the Tremere now. Colin uses his diplomatic skills to draw out what the inner circle wants to see happen. They really just want someone to declare praxis, like right now. The greatest threat to the region is the Second Inquisition, he says, but he doesn't really believe that. The real threat is kindred of some power that, quote-unquote, needs schooling. He is happy to hear that we are on the same page and want them schooled as well. Paul Morphy arrives, and Anna Sophia shows them to her office and offers to have Lakshmi join them. She does. Theodore tells Morphy to declare praxis or they will send someone. He declines, so Lakshmi does. Theodore is a little surprised, but Paul Morphy says he fully supports her. Morphy says Simon Perkins and Scully will definitely support her, and likely Balanos. Maybe Silas and Carlotta. He suggests taking out Anna and Mina right away. Mina is the more dangerous. Colin texts Anna to meet us in the pocket dimension at 1 a.m. And then Anna Sophia texts Silas to ask if he would support her choice for the prince, and also does he want to retire.
It's just a master stroke. We're like, that, you could do that? Just ask?
Do you not want this job? Because I'll do it. He says yes to both. He never wanted to be Primogen anyway. He just wants to go in the woods and poke at entrails. Felix will take over marketing, and Colin will be a partner in politics. Lakshmi's witch friend, Miriam, says she's able to make Anna's amulet not work, and we plan to trap her in the pocket dimension. Colin and Felix will go to meet her, and Anna Sophia shares the senses with Colin to spy on their arrival. They arrive, and she's there. Miriam deactivates the amulet, and yet they're still talking. Anna says her support outside of Miroslav's circle is broad. Anna Sophia, they do make it back. They eventually come back after they get done talking. And Anna Sophia gets a vision of the Screaming Chicken. Mark is sitting at a table talking to Mina with 2 Ventru behind her. About 6 or 8 of the vultures are nearby. She makes an illustration of the Ventru, and Colin notices that one of them might be Kwame Amaluf himself, the Justicar. What the fuck?
Dum dum dum.
That's some rude shit.
Yeah.
Justicar, what are you doing?
You can't trust your Justicars. Who can you trust?
Just a can't.
Just can't, man.
Right? Thank you. I was mentally searching for that.
It took a while.
That's why Lakshmi's prince.
Yes.
So is it the 31st now? If we start
It's
the next
still
day?
the 31st if we're still in that night.
What time?
Well, we met with Anna at 1 a.m.
Yes.
So it would have been maybe 2 when we
Okay.
stopped.
Oh, so you still have
Maximum.
time. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how long you guys were talking.
Well, I mean, not as long as I would have liked.
Stop talking and get out of there. Lakshmi's freaking out.
cares? Who knew? Definitely not her.
Oh no, you have feelings.
I don't like it.
They just get in the way.
It's so rude. How dare you make me care about you?
You just don't want to go through the trouble of replacing him. He's useful right now. It's a pain in the ass to find another Toreador right now.
I know. High-class violinists are hard to find.
Right?
Gratuitous violence, though they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll see myself out.
So it's like 2 a.m.-ish?
2 a.m.
2:30-ish? Still on the 31st.
So I think we were all in the church, right? When you had your vision,
Yeah.
and you told us,
Uh-huh.
and we're all. I'm trying to pick up the pieces here. Well, yeah, that's not good.
That's real bad.
And we realized that your good boy, whose name I've forgotten now, he's just good boy, hadn't made it back yet because he didn't
Tony.
know.
No, Tony, yeah.
We didn't see him in your vision,
Yeah, he wasn't with the other
right?
vultures.
So it's safe to assume he was still en route back to San
Yes.
Bernardino.
Right.
Or wasn't
How
invited to the
long
meeting.
does it take to get to San Bernardino in the middle of the night?
I mean, from LA? Probably at least an hour.
An hour. I would say
About
an
an hour.
hour. Yeah.
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 No, I
He's probably
recently
arriving
traveled
there
from
about now.
Long Beach to Riverside and took about 48 minutes in the middle of the night. I was like 2 a.m. So
No, but this vision might actually be like tomorrow, right?
It's happening right now.
It's happening right now?
I remember getting a sense that it's happening
Okay.
Yeah. It was
All right.
right now.
We're just going to assume it's to now. All right.
Wait, here's the thing to consider. It's 2 a.m. now. It's going to take us an hour to get there, an hour to get back. That's going to put us real close to sunup, unless we decide to go to ground out there.
Oof. I don't think we should go there right now.
No.
I'm just wondering if we should just put in some calls to have some things happen.
Well, we have Tony
Well,
going
during
out
the
there to
day.
talk to Mark.
We do. And then we have...
And he's going with probably 3 of your Persephone team.
And we asked...
Because where's the
Yeah.
hey boy?
And Radek said he would try and
And Radek's going to make
gather
his
the
guys
other ones.
come back into the fold.
Yes.
If
And...
we want, I can send Sam,
and
my
Sa-
Sammy, to go smoke
yeah.
things out.
And also, we've got that beta site team is under the. Well, at least Paul Morphy has contacts within them, right?
Yeah.
That was Paul Morphy, right?
Yeah. Well, Paul Morphy's IT guy.
Yeah.
I wonder. Okay, go ahead.
So I don't remember if I asked him to put Mina on their list of people to.
I don't think so,
flame.
but I mean, if you can call him anytime you want, and he's your seneschal until you tell him he's not.
Well, that's happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to contact Paul Morphy and say, hey, you know, it'd be great.
Paul was just with us, right?
If the
Yeah.
second
He
Inquisition...
He might still be there. I'm not sure. I don't know if you dismissed him or not.
Yeah. I
Did
don't
you-
like to spend that much time around people I don't particularly care for,
Okay.
which would be most people. But I am going to have him contact his IT guy and have Mina's likeness and information put. You know what? We did because he was like, "Oh, I need 2 pictures."
That's
da, da,
right.
da.
Yes.
Right. That's right.
Sorry, I just remembered that there was this whole
Yep.
2-picture situation.
You are correct.
I mean,
Which means if this meeting is happening right now and the thirsty chicken, no,
Screaming
Screaming.
chicken.
the
Screaming
screaming chicken.
it may be thirsty after all the screaming.
I mean, it feels like 2 sides of the same coin. So if the screaming chicken has cameras, and we could hack into those cameras, we can get those photos for him right now.
Well, Anna Sophia saw Mina in her vision. Can you craft a picture of her?
Sure. Would a drawing suffice?
I don't know, and I know that Paul Morphy won't know.
No, he won't. No. I would give you like a difficulty of like a 5. Like if you got 5 successes on it, I would say the rendering might be good enough to do that.
I might need a snack first.
which is my closest drone to the chicken?
How many drones do you have up?
About 80.
That's a good good question.
You're mostly
That's a
probably
good
in the
number.
Glittering Night area, I'm assuming. So you probably have one maybe a 45-minute drive, which would probably be a lot less for a drone. So maybe a 20-minute flight for a drone.
I'm gonna try to move one in position and see if I can catch photos of them as they're leaving.
Okay. Are you
And
controlling
what-
these yourselves, or is someone else controlling
No, I'm in
these?
control of this one myself.
Okay, all right.
And if the two of us can see if there's any security cameras or anything around in the chicken or around that area that we could catch Mina on any of those.
I have a feeling a seedy biker bar probably didn't invest in cameras.
No, but the parking lots across the street might.
That's true.
It's worth a shot. Mm-hmm. Never say never. We have our hacker friend, right? Oh, he's in recovery.
He's in puberty. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
You and I
Nosferatu
both
puberty?
do.
that's true.
technology
We do
stuff.
computer, don't we? There's one other thought that occurred to me, that if we need to take the puppies out for a brief amount, I can probably just have the police raid the Screaming Chicken at one of their meetings and have them all arrested for 24 hours or something, which would put them at least incapacitated when they're needed most. And if they decide to wolf out in the police station, well, problem solved.
Well,
Cops got better
maybe
things to do
maybe
than
we
get
should
killed.
try the carrot
Trouble with
first,
China. It's great.
because we don't want to piss off the wolves.
No. I don't want to do it now because it would, at most, it would be 24 hours that they could hold them without. But I could have a
Fair.
police raid happen and at least inconvenience them. So if we know that when Mina wants to attack, we can have the police raid the puppies and at least disrupt them enough that they may not show.
Let's see what Tony can do first.
Yeah.
Let's see if Tony can get us a meeting with Mark.
I agree. I'm just
But
saying
that is a good
It
backup.
occurred to me. I'm like, this is a thing that might be able to do since we have connections in the police department.
I like that plan. But yeah, let's. You catch more puppies with honey than vinegar.
And in this data download that we had, because I know that Mina's name was on this list, do we have pictures?
Oh, you know what?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've already got. They've already got her.
Fantastic.
perfect.
They probably haven't spotted her in a while though.
Okay.
So if you give him the location where she is,
That is what we shall do.
then he tells you within an hour. He will. That system will have been expanded to be able to cover the Screaming Chicken.
Perfect.
I mean, not. He doesn't know about inside, but surrounding areas, not a problem.
Great. So that is what we will do there, and then do we have any?
But by doing that, does that make them aware of werewolves now too?
That's not our problem.
No, but
That's
we could also use that
maybe a
to
good
our
problem.
advantage. Because if the second if they decide to take on the werewolves, it would keep the werewolves busy or attack. I don't know. Is
No,
this
it can be a good problem.
or they could team up. Yeah.
They're not going to team up with werewolves. They're going to think those are abominations too.
They kind of have a rather black and white view of the world
Yeah.
in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I suppose if we were prey, then we might have a black and white view of the world as well when it came to things that were not prey.
So I didn't recognize either of the two kindred that were with Mina in my vision, right?
No,
The two Ventru?
you showed it was two Ventru, and you showed a picture to him, and
Okay.
you didn't recognize one of them, but one he recognizes Kwame Omalu.
Okay, so the other one is definitely not George Palmer, who is
No.
Kwame Abuluf's Justicar.
I thought they were
I
both
think
just
technically,
Or his...
I think I got that wrong
Archon.
when it started. He should have been. I should have called him originally. I should have called him an Archon.
Okay.
The Archons are the assistants of the Justicars.
Okay, so
Okay.
George Palmer is also an Archon like Theodore.
Yes.
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 When was the last time we saw George Palmer?
Well, I left a message to see if I could get a meeting with him tonight.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Did I
then-
ever hear back?
Yes. You.
Fantastic.
I'm available whenever you want me to be there.
Fantastic. Let's do that now then, because I have questions.
How about
Okay.
now?
How about
Oh, also, Paul Morphy calls and he says, when you have a moment, as far as the word just fell out of my freaking head. The people in the clan that are in charge of the clan,
Primogen?
Primogens, says it would be a good idea to summon the Primogens to you, and for them to declare loyalty. He's being more
To swear
Southern?
fealty, to support.
than I am.
Yeah.
But it says that probably needs to happen soon.
I was going to have that happen at sundown tomorrow night.
Okay.
If he feels like that's soon enough for me.
Yep.
Especially if I can make things happen where I can like lay out like, oh, and for those of you who wanted to support Mina, also you're wrong.
Right. Okay. So is
Floyd.
no, not no.
Me.
George
Palmer?
George Palmer. Is he coming? Did you say to? Okay, so like,
I mean, I don't mind like going to where if there's a place he would rather go, but like my default is going to say like come to the church, which
don't
is
think
already a
he's-
compromised location. Sorry.
I don't think he's got anything to do. So 15 minutes later he'll show up.
Great. You might have heard from your contemporary Theodore. Not contemporary. That's not the wrong word. Compatriot? No? Whatever.
Colleague?
Colleague. It's like it starts with a C.
Good answer. Good answer.
Right, yeah.
You might have heard from your colleague, Theodore, that I had declared praxis.
I had not. I in fact did not know he was in town. Congratulations.
Thank you. I do have the support of Paul Murphy and several of the other Primogents.
Excellent.
As such, I do have a question. As I'm sure you're aware, we need to pull the Glittering Knight together under a firm hand to face the external threats that besiege us from both sides. The Second Inquisition being the obvious, but the most easily misled. But also the Anarchs who are sloppy.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder why Kwame Amaluf is currently meeting with the head of the... and seems to be backing Mina.
I'm sorry? Kwame Amaluf is in town?
He is. And he is with Mina as she meets with a group of werewolves. And it just makes me curious why he would be backing the civil wars. He sends one of his archons here to push a declaration for praxis, while he himself goes to push for another candidate.
Excuse me for a moment. I need to make a few phone calls. He walked out to the front.
Played. We got us a thinker here.
Yes. That's why she's the prince.
Gonna make a great leader.
I am spending the rest of this evening calling in favors, putting things together to set up a presentation stage and proper effects for her coronation ceremony.
Okay. Where are you planning to do this?
Hollywood Bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
It is for rent. I mean, yeah.
Right.
Nothing less.
Big searchlights in the air doing the crisscrossing things.
Well, I'm saying that's why I have Hollywood Connections 3 and Reasons
Okay.
5.
He comes in about 15 minutes later. He says, I just got off the phone with Kwame Amaluf. I'm not at liberty to say where he is, but he is not on this continent.
Then someone who,
At least that's what he told me.
if not him, then someone who is borrowing his face.
That
Is,
is a bit of a faux pas.
Is backing, currently backing Mina as she attempts to hire werewolves to attack the Glittering Knight. Because we all know that werewolves are the most low-key and definitely support the Masquerade and have no qualms, or have all the qualms, I suppose.
Have one Kwame.
They have one Kwame. That was amazing.
Beautiful.
And They would definitely not expose us all to the kind.
This Kwame Amaluf business may be something that I need to take care of. Perhaps with Mr. Brickett.
That makes sense. In the meantime, we have other pieces in play to take care of Mina. I did want to make sure that we would not step on your toes there.
If you would, when the time comes, if you would like to coordinate, I can hold off. I will leave that up to you. This is your domain.
Just a question out of character. Are we all here listening to this?
Uh-huh.
Do you still have the pictures that you drew?
Yeah, I just drew... Well, I probably would have drawn both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Maybe we should show them to him.
Do you know who this other...
That is one of the Ventru that pursued me and captured me. I do not know his name. But
In
I do
which
recognize
case, we can rest rather assured there that Kwame is not actually.
I doubt that. I don't even doubt. That is not Kwame Amaluf.
Wonderful. So, we will take tomorrow night and by the end of the evening coordinate our attacks to move.
Very well.
Tomorrow night at the Hollywood Bowl.
I mean, it all ends one way or another. Everything smells like dog when they come. It takes a long time to get the smell out.
I wasn't going to say anything. And he excuses himself. And that's
Great.
I was thinking, since we have such a public event happening tomorrow night, perhaps it would make sense to make it more of a trap.
Oh, yes.
So perhaps we should put things in place to spring said trap. Should Mina and this faux Kwame decide to show their face?
We still don't know who supports you either. We've still got my Primogen, who may also be playing both sides against the middle. As you pointed out, there are a lot of Bruja amongst the Anarchs, and it would be interesting that he supports Mina. I don't know. We have to talk to him, but probably not tonight since it's getting close to dawn. So that will be an unknown that we're going to have to deal with tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I will send a message to the Long Beach Toreadors that I met with a while ago,
Right.
just to let them know what's up. Like, this meeting is happening. This is who we're backing. Like, you said you'd back who I told you to back, and this is who I'm telling you to back.
Okay, all right. And they heartily agree.
Good.
Fantastic. So then if we say that the public coronation will take place like halfway through the night, let's say midnight, because it is the witching hour.
And I'm going to send out messages to all of my Nosferatu contacts to let them know shit's going to be going down at the Hollywood Bowl tomorrow night. Things might get ugly. Please submit all escape routes, secret and otherwise, from the Hollywood Bowl that you have already known about, and put them in a report and stand ready. There is no Primogen, wink, wink.
So we know that. So I'll get the Primogens together at the beginning at sundown,
Okay.
or as close to sundown because waking up, feeding, whatever,
Right.
and get their support
What
or
Primogen,
install new Primogens as necessary.
what Primogens are we still unsure of? We've still got the Bruja Primogen.
Carlotta, we don't know.
Which clan is that?
So that's not yours.
No.
I kept thinking that was the.
No. Mine is
Good
mine is
names.
Mala.
Valenos.
Valenos. Valenos was pro Lakshmi, I have written down.
Belanos was?
Scully will support me as well as Balanos, who is the Bruja Primogen.
Oh.
It was only Silas and Carlotta, and Silas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
is
it's no longer an issue.
anything.
Nope, he retired. It's me.
I don't remember
Oh,
who
Carlotta is Gangrel.
Gangrel. Okay.
Ah.
Are they still part of the Camarilla?
I think you met her in the last game. I think
Okay.
you met her in the Glittering Night. Because she's left over from the old NPCs from the last game.
Okay.
Because I recycled some of them, obviously.
Why not?
By making twice.
Carlotta might be one of the ones that Asa confronted.
Might have been. Might have been.
Yeah, she's the only one that I have in the question mark category.
Okay. So maybe you have to replace one. That's not that bad.
Not at all. But I will put out the summons to Carlotta.
Okay.
And the rest of them, because
Yeah.
it makes much more sense to have everyone in my corner.
Gangrel are rough, but they're also really good when dealing with werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
It
getting
does
them
help
on our
that they
side.
have that whole like eternal blood feud thing going on too.
Yeah. So it might be something to entice them over to align with us, saying that we have you're a mortal enemy. You want to kill some?
And we still have caches of weapons, right? I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So perhaps we should stash some of those weapons around the Hollywood Bowl so that people know,
Just move on a little.
right? The people
Yeah.
who we know we can trust know where they are. And I would actually, if we're going to do that, I'd like to make an etiquette roll to make them hidden, but look as part of the decor for this,
Okay.
Ah, I love it.
right? Okay, so I got.
Such
All
a
right.
Toreador thing.
Oh,
It's
are you
wonderful.
kidding? Yes. What would my attribute be? Probably manipulation?
Sure.
Okay.
We need guns, but make them aesthetic.
Right? Guns making fashion.
Yes.
Let's see, that is 4 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So they're tastefully hidden amongst the decor.
Absolutely.
So are they're
Not just tastefully, but like expertly, and has started a new trend.
And I think I said last session that I went and got 2 pistols and some clips for them.
you got some stuff
with
right.
the
The incendiary.
Yeah,
Incendiary,
yeah,
right.
right. Were there like mines and grenades or anything amongst the cache?
I don't remember there being mines.
Okay.
No.
Well, I only asked because they blew their houses up and stuff too. But
I mean, I do know that you guys had access to some C4, and you probably took some with you
Yes.
underneath
Oh, yeah.
Vasquez's house.
I remember I had a shotgun. I'm
Right.
pretty sure I made a nun with a shotgun joke.
Yeah, you had like many assault rifles and many shotguns, all with either Dragon's Breath rounds or incendiary rounds.
I was wondering if I could borrow some of the military people, because I could very well conceive of getting some silver that could be made into ammunition. If they can make it into ammunition.
I'm sure Radek has those skills, or his people do.
So I will attempt to acquire that material and see if we can do that.
And then whatever you feel is the best place for Sammy. I can deploy him where we like. Unless you want him to go and scope out the screaming chicken.
I think if we could have somebody spying over there, it would be helpful, since Tony is leaving a message for Mark, but I feel like things are coming to a head much more quickly than that, and we might actually just need to abandon that plan. But I'll have Radek or one of his people contact, like during the day today, contact his team to call them back into the fold.
Okay. You're talking about Mina's guys? Okay.
Yeah. I just think I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait to see if the dogs will come to heel.
Yeah, makes sense.
And
As much as I don't want the good boy to get hurt.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about him.
I'm
You guys.
going to set up a call in the morning between my ghoul and a nice marketing firm that does free tickets for movie type of things.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to basically hang out at Hollywood and Binder
Catering?
today. No, they're going to. You want free tickets to a show at the Hollywood Bowl tonight? Weed out the people that would be obviously missed, just tourists and vacationers.
Okay.
And then we can have some free food when we show up.
Catering.
Hors d'oeuvres.
All right. So what time? So tomorrow night, which would be the first. What time? You're booking? Is the Hollywood Bowl already booked?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going to
it's
say
already
that I have somebody I can call in the middle of the night and says, make this happen.
All right. So whoever was playing tomorrow night got canceled. All right.
Do we want police security?
Yeah, that would be great.
A police presence there in the morning?
I mean,
Okay.
if
I'll
we
make
have
a
some
call.
control over that, yeah.
Okay.
And see if we can't get some police presence there just in case.
Sure. Not a problem.
It should happen anyway. Any big gathering like that,
Right. Couple cop helicopters.
Yeah.
Any other preps anyone's making tonight? No. Are you sending?
Sammy, yeah. I'm going to send him to
He's
San
going to
Bernardino.
the Screaming Chicken.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I couldn't remember if you had or ordered us bulletproof clothing.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Oh,
we
I
ordered
think
it
you gave me a
for
suit.
all
Okay.
of us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have armor, an armored habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. So that wasn't something I just imagined.
No.
That
I
was
have
one of those
written that
things.
we
We did get
have
armor.
armored clothing.
Well, then I'll make sure that that's pressed and cleaned and ready to go.
Yeah.
Just have to get to a dry cleaner.
Okay. So and then Radek is going to go during the day to go talk to Mina's Prosebny guys. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tell them to keep an eye out. Like, I'm assuming that the werewolves aren't fully nocturnal. So, like, if they have any between Sam and Radek, any information that those four guys have, I just want to know where the lay of the land is. Like, first thing when I wake up. Basically,
Okay.
is what I'm saying.
Got it.
Also, so you're planning on meeting with the Primogens before the Hollywood Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if anything goes sideways, we have time to take care of it.
Exactly.
And you want to do that here at the church first? Okay. So
The idea is to get
you need us all there, armed and ready in case.
Yeah, if anything goes sideways with Carlotta, because everyone else is.
Says they are.
Yeah, exactly. I want the Hollywood Bowl to be like the coronation, but the decision has to get made beforehand.
I'm still concerned about Balanos because Brujas tend to want to overturn the apple cart. That's part of our nature is to just, if things are going fine. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. But I would not, even though he says something, I wouldn't trust.
No, I don't trust any of them.
I mean,
Okay.
only fools
You have-
trust blindly.
No.
You have your
Amongst
ammu-
our kind, trust is based on leverage.
You have your amulet in case you had to sidestep into.
Yes, and
Okay.
Miriam has more tricks up her sleeve, I'm sure.
We should trap the werewolves in that other place and see what they do with our other little friend.
Tempting. Too bad we couldn't set up a doorway to the pocket dimension at their lair. And they just
They walk through the front door, end up in there. Did we ask Miriam if that's a thing that couldn't happen?
Can we have Miriam? Well, we would have to find out where their lair is first.
Yeah.
We could just do it at the Screaming Chicken.
Werewolves have their own set of abilities that we're not fully conscious of, too.
True.
Plus, do you really want the pocket dimension smelling like wet dog for eternity?
True.
Except that they'll all get desperate, and there's an overpowered vampire in there. They'd be hunting each other. Oh, that would be just joyous.
Messy. So messy.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a great movie premise. Pull out my laptop.
Okay. Anything else tonight?
Nope.
No, it's been a really adventurous evening. Wow.
We got things done, guys.
A lot.
What a fun.
I'd forgotten Balanos through his so things that I had planned or worried about isn't a problem.
I'm just writing down a couple things. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. It is February 1st. unless you have anything else. So everyone-
I think I want to just before I go to sleep for the night. I'm gonna have one of my ghouls. I think the priest, Father Joseph, come by so I can snack on him and
okay. All right,
feed
no
him.
problem.
It's been a little while, and I'm very hungry. Not stigmata hungry, but on the way.
Alrighty. So it is the next morning. I'm going to make your rouse check. Sure, see how hungry.
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, I failed.
Did I succeed?
Shit.
Oop. Failed.
All right, I'm down 2 points. I'm going to visit my herd and get rid of those 2 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go on Le Grinder DoorDash pickup app.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the rest of them to make their way around the Hollywood Bowl, just in case I need to top off in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Felix provided. Felix is catering.
Yeah, I am catering.
I am going to take one of my herd all the way out, I think, for tonight. It is a auspicious occasion.
Okay. All right. No hunger. 0. Does that knock your humanity?
I think it does.
I think that knocks your humanity. Does it
I
not?
think you have to make a roll or something, right?
Wait a minute, it might be on our cheat sheet that I made here.
Or
you
a
kill
stain.
someone?
Like, yeah.
I think it's a stain, isn't it?
Oh, you might be right. I'm finding rules.
Humanity stains. 1 to 3 stains for tenant violation, mortal harm, or touchstone damage. Conviction can ease penalty. Damaging touchstones directly can increase. Remorse, and then degeneration. Full stains impair. I don't know. Drain is -5 hunger. Kills human. Only way to reach 0
You
hunger.
embraced immortal. That's 2 stains.
Oh, I'm stained.
But you would have undone them. You just make to make a rouse check, and it goes away.
Okay, just
If
one.
you let me read to make sure. The vampire takes a stain in excess of their empty humanity boxes. They become impaired. We're not there yet. At least the end of the session, each vampire with stains makes a remorse check. Roll dice equal to any unmarked boxes. So if you had taken 2 stains, how many unmarked humanity boxes are left?
2.
So you roll 2 dice. You just need a success. Then you feel terrible, and you remove your stains.
There's a success.
Okay, if you,
You
don't,
feel
then
terrible.
you reduce your humanity. So, but it doesn't say anything here about murdering, causing stains. So never
Well, I
mind.
mean,
Murder is fine.
Blood bonding
they
mortals,
are-
embracing mortals, touchstone damage.
They
While
are
your
food.
actions.
But I
Right.
feel like I took a stain when we were in that fight where we were fighting against the Second Inquisition, and I accidentally killed a guy. I felt like I took a stain.
Oh, you maybe did. Maybe yeah. Go ahead and take 1 stain. Take a stain.
You can have a little stain as a treat.
Now, to regain willpower, we have to
oh,
work
messy.
towards our ambition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you get it back. Let me look. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was this rule set or the previous rule set that was very kind of iffy about how you actually get.
It was iffy last time. I remember Tim was spending it left and right, and it was like they're really hard to get back.
Spending willpower, healing willpower.
You heal superficial at the start of each session.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
is spent willpower a
Yeah, it's
superficial?
considered It's considered damage to your willpower.
Okay.
But only superficial
Super-
damage.
yeah.
Okay, then I healed it. Never
Which
mind.
is interesting because there's also an aggravated, and if you have aggravated willpower, you have to further your ambition or have a personal loss for conviction or touchdown. I don't actually know what that means.
Yeah, that's a more rule stuff that we haven't really touched on. Okay.
Well, you have a conviction, which is something that you choose at the beginning, and then touchstone are people or things that remind you of your past life.
Yes, it's
And
just
if
I
you cause
think
harm towards those, it kind of messed you up because they're sort of like humanity anchors, if I remember correctly.
yeah, something like that.
Okay. So everyone's awake?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Check to see if I have any messages from Sam versus for the scouting out the screaming chicken.
Yeah, there's a voicemail message
Okay.
from him, and it was at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and he says, Okay, so I saw those Russian guys come here, and I saw him talking to some other guys, and it didn't go well. I think that Radek guy. I think they got that Radek guy.
Oh. Oh no. That's a voicemail. I can't respond back. Yeah, I'll call him just to get
Okay.
more information.
All right.
Okay, when you say they got that Radek guy, was he taken alive? Was he laid out flat? Like, what do you mean by they got him?
It looks like they shot him in the head.
Okay, yeah, that's got him. Was he the only casualty on that side, or did they take out that entire group?
No, he had two guys that came in with him, and that looked like they got away.
No casualties on the other side?
They got one. There was 4 of them, and they got real pissed off. He said something. I don't know. They were talking in Russian or Croatian or whatever, and he said something, and that pissed them off, and they pulled on him right away.
Any local police involvement?
No. It's kind of funny because there must have been like 8 or 9 rounds went off, and not one siren. This is a fucked up neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Do you want to stay here?
Let us know if there's any movement from any of the patrons of that bar. Any talk about Los Angeles, any talk about the Hollywood Bowl, let me know.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Lakshmi.
Is Radek dead?
Yeah. I guess he was a little,
Overconfident?
in his team's abilities, which makes me really nervous about Mina and her group.
Well, good thing we're taking care of it then.
Agreed. Agreed. The good news is they got as well as they gave. So they got Radek, but they also got one of theirs, so...
But she still has 3 of the Eastern Europeans. He
That we
should have
know of.
known better. I mean, there's no way she hadn't Gould them.
Absolutely. But at least we know.
No, he's at the battle.
Great. Well, that's frustrating.
His lieutenant. There's a message from his lieutenant on your phone. His name is Branko.
I'll meet you at the church.
I will listen to this message.
Excuse my English not so good. Radek got shot in head. She get 2 brains. No make sense. They no listen to reason. She get to their brains. I say goodbye now. Get the voicemail.
Little buddy.
Okay. Well, I shall call him.
Okay.
And I mean, I Gould all of those guys.
I
right?
believe so. Yes.
So,
You did, yeah.
so I'm gonna say, okay, well, unfortunately, your fellow soldiers are lost to us. For the moment, anyway.
They would not listen to reason. We try. Radek very good with words. Very, very. I don't. And he rattles off something in Croatian. It means he good at making people think the way he think.
Well,
But they would no listen to reason.
his loss will be mourned. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
For such a vampire. You don't get attached to humans, right?
But it does mean that we know that they will most likely be coming for us. We have eyes on the ground there.
I've got one squad already at Hollywood Bowl, setting perimeter, sending security team to meet you when you are ready to move.
Perfect. Well, in the meantime, congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
Here are some Rosetta Stone discs. These might be helpful.
Okay.
Also, here is the number. And I give him...
Duolingo. I have Duolingo.
Duolingo is terrible.
Okay.
Stop it. Here is the number, and I give him the number of one of my herd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have heard that in this modern age, that the best way to learn a language is through conversation and intimacy.
Okay.
It's like, this will make our lives easier. Duolingo.
Amazing.
It's like, he's gonna come back in 3 months and have like a complete Valley Girl accent. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh my god!
Oh. So, I guess that takes care of my time before. And I'm gonna head to the church and be in position to receive.
And what time is the reception? Like 9 or 8 or?
For the to get my fealty, let's say 8,
Okay.
and that gives us time to deal with any of that before the bowl, if necessary.
Okay.
And I'll have Paul Morphy come over early, and then we can strategize about the Mina situation as well.
Okay. All right. Everyone else?
Just headed to the church.
Okay. So
Yep.
everyone is at the church?
I live here.
Do we want to invite our priest friend from Burbank to the Hollywood Bowl meetings?
Oh, Apostle X?
Apostle X?
I was going to ask what you, how you wanted to move forward with that. That is your contact.
That's true. It would be good to maintain those ties. However, he is technically an anarch, so having him at your coronation might be alienating to our more traditional Camarilla members.
My thought was that it would be quite the time for him to start his holy war. And there are so many abominations in his territory. As we now
That's
know,
true.
there's also a whole set of dogs.
Also, Alexander is still there, and he still has loyalty to Mina. And so even though he's above it, she might still have some anarchs on her side that are willing to help storm the Camarilla.
Perhaps a show of faith on his part, not be punny. Perhaps setting his holy war sights on Alexander as a sign of good faith.
If nothing else, perhaps he can tell us what the scuttlebutt is on the anarch side, and whether they're motivating for war.
If you look at this from a certain point of view, also, that being able to unify anarchs and Camarilla under one umbrella of your obvious leadership and power could send a message that this is the kind of person that could probably finally bring unity to this area. It all depends on how this apostle person would like to react to it, or whether in what way we wish to use him as a tool.
I would just be very careful about breaking him up now. You don't want it to look like an anarchist assuming the Camarilla throne.
Right. It's definitely something for later on down the line, but
And in the meantime, if he could keep the werewolves busy.
That is certainly possible. I'm certain he would be grateful for the tip that such canine abominations are near his flock.
And if it culls those who are less discreet out of his congregation, then it's a win-win for us as well.
Might also alert him to Mina's duplicitous nature and that to be on the lookout for her. And if they do encounter her, to let us know.
I'm sure he is aware. He has had visions of her as well. But if it will work with your plans, I will contact him and alert him to the werewolf presence.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, does he have a cell phone?
Sure.
Okay. Then I will text him and ask him if we can speak confidentially.
Okay. In his car or yours?
Oh, I don't have a car, so his.
Okay. He said he can swing by and pick you up around like 7:30.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
It also occurs to me that we might want to bring Scully in before we bring anybody else in case he has sheriff duties he wants to perform for the Hollywood Bowl. He might be put out if we surprise him with all this information.
you want me to contact him? He and I have a relationship.
It sounds like he's on our side. We might as well utilize any resources he might have.
As sheriff, it wouldn't be unheard of to have him there when she meets with the Primogen.
I agree. I think he might be sorely hurt if we don't invite him to these big events, because that's kind of his job.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
I'll have him, if you would like to invite him over and he can come prior to the, because Paul Murphy's coming early, he can also show up at the same time.
Also, Big Head is still entrenched with the Anarchs, and he might have more information about their movements.
But I feel that if he had any information, he would have given it to Scully already. No reason to pull him out of the trenches just to throw him back in.
No, I'm not saying to call Big Head in. All I'm saying is he might have updated information that's happened in the last 24 hours.
And it's likely that the sheriff would have been receiving that information already if he has communicated it at all.
Right. Let's bring him in early and let him make his choice and then use him. If he has resources we can use, all the better, right?
But in parentheses, before I do that, I do need to feed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain person that has made quite a living off of reverse mortgages and taking advantage of some elderly people. I plan on sneaking into that house and
Okay.
nipping that.
Okay.
So, do you want me to make like a stealth break-in
Yeah.
check?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're topping off, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do these people mysteriously end up signing over all of their wealth and to a holding company in your name?
Wow, that is nothing. What is the Scully thingy?
That's a
Ooh.
that's
It's
a blood.
messy failure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a messy failure.
Is it a messy failure?
Yeah, I
think
love
so.
using those dice.
So no successes?
0. I got a 2 on the one thing with numbers. I don't even know
Okay.
if that was the right dice to roll.
So that's none. And then somewhere around here I have my little cheat sheet. There it is.
Ooh,
And
messy
you-
failure. Yikes.
It's a bestial failure.
Showing hunger dice, showing a 1, failed. Bestial failure. PC must act out a compulsion. On page 2008 to 2000, or 208 or 2011.
That's a hell of a rule book.
I know.
Doesn't know
Not
that.
wrong based on this rulebook.
I know. I've been reading through the GURPS rules again. So.
Busted. You caught me.
It is an 800 and some page rule book. Let's see. 208.
GURPS brought to you by Victor Hugo.
Anything over 350 pages in a rule book, I gotta go wince a little bit.
Oh, it's divided into 2 books, but the page numbers continue from book 1 to book 2. Let's see. Compulsions. Sample compulsions. These are basic compulsions. Form the core of the vampire personalities. Choice and reveal free. Blah blah blah. Hunger, dominance, harm. Let's see what else. If there's anything else that happens. So I'll read the hunger. It says in a violent situation, which this would be, the vampire discards their weapon, throwing themselves headfirst into the grapple, determined to feed. Then dominance. The vampire pauses. I don't know. I have a feeling it would be more of an eating thing. Well, you're going to kill him anyway, though. So
How about this?
maybe you kill everyone in the house.
I kill everyone in the house.
Okay.
And I film it.
Ooh.
There you go.
You could post that on the dark web.
Yeah.
On the dark web. There you go. That probably gives you a couple stains.
Okay. I'll take 2 stains for that, but I'll top off on my hunger.
So it's like you were trying to sneak in, and like there was someone in the house was awake, getting a glass of water, like, "Hey, who are you?" And they go to press the button, and you like lose your shit.
Then you drain some Lulu.
Yeah. There you go. No, I start with his little daughter.
Oh.
Okay.
As long as you don't eat the pets.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just ghouled him.
That's fine.
Take him with me.
Okay. Oh, Silas the Great walks into the church.
Huh.
This is at like 7:15. I'm thinking
Okay.
he walked, so you kind of have to
Takes a
gauge
little
the
while,
time.
yeah.
Right.
And he
Beer. Beer.
and he walks up to you first, and he would say, "I would like to offer my congratulations to you in the most auspicious declaring of praxis, and I wish you a long and uneventful reign as Prince of the Glittering Night." And he puts his hands on either side and he bounds up.
Oh, I love him.
He is great.
Thank you very much, sir. And may I congratulate you on your peaceful retirement as well. May many entrails be cut.
Thank you. And I did come just to formalize our arrangement in front of witnesses so that all would know that I am no longer primogen of the Glittering Night for our clan, and in all truthfulness, never wanted to be.
Thank you, Silas.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
Hey,
Me too.
Yeah, Silas, if you could just put your mark here.
I believe if you might grace us with your presence until Scully and Paul Morphy shall be arriving shortly, and they shall serve as our impartial witnesses.
very well. I am at your behest. And he goes over and he sits down in the pews.
Is there anything I can offer you, Silas?
I do not think I need anything at this time. But if I may and discover that I do at a later time, would it be all right if I were to bother you then?
Absolutely. You are considered friend amongst our group. Please avail yourself of that kindness.
I thank you for your hospitality.
Love this guy.
It's my favorite.
I actually have a question for Silas. Mr. Great,
Mr. the Great.
Mr. the Great.
what do the critters say is happening in the mountains right these days?
There was a coyote pup that was run over by what looked to be a jeep. It had crushed its skull and its snout, killing it, of course. Its entrails were not spilt, so I had to spill them myself with a small folding pocket knife. And the entrails showed a great deal of blood is in the future, and that some of it will taste delicious. But be warned that with that delicious blood comes a terrible price.
Duly
Thank-
noted.
Werewolf blood.
Anna Sophia is going to take one of her many sacrificial daggers, like a particularly sharp one that would be good for like skinning and entrail revealing, and gift it to Silas.
Oh, okay.
As a Silas, a retirement gift for you, if you would.
Oh, I thank you very much. I have not had a gift in many, many years. That is very kind of you. I am not entirely sure how to react.
Acceptable. I'm glad you like it.
It's like,
Aww.
Oh, buddy.
And she'll ask him, would it be acceptable if I were to come visit you on your mountain sometime?
I would enjoy that very much. You are most welcome.
Very well.
I'm actually going to take this time to get the holsters that gangsters always wear onto their shoulders under their coat. Get into my suit. Get the. I'm sure I can acquire some from your
Eastern
Croatian.
European.
Yes, Eastern, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to adjust it for me and get
You
it
wanna
set
matrix
up.
up?
And get those set up. I'm going to matrix up with the guns. Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming all incendiary rounds.
Absolutely. They works on werewolves too, right?
Everything hates being burned.
Yep.
That's pretty true.
And I'm going to get my special tactical suit on that Anna Sophia had ordered for me.
Okay.
I ordered it for you.
You ordered it for me, sorry.
I'm the
This is the
Toreador.
Toreador in this game.
I'm still.
I know it's hard, but I'm not a Toreador
Well, I
right
know,
now.
but you actually ordered it from your old character.
Yes.
This is the thing that keeps throwing my head. It's like it's actually
I also tell
you
Silas
that
that I
ordered
have
from
a few
Sam's
pets
old
in the
character.
car.
That,
Wants to put-
Okay. All right.
It's true, I am a Toreador in real life, but I am currently a Malkavian.
I don't know. You might actually be a Malk.
I'm just a fancy one.
They could be fancy Malks.
Okay. And who was supposed to show up at 7:30? Morphe or
No, Apostle X.
Really?
Apostle X?
Oh, that's right.
Well, there's
We're going for a car ride.
Right. Okay. So Apostle X walks in. He's wearing his robes, his long flowing white robes.
Ooh,
He looks
fancy.
like Mike Love during the like early 70s of the Beach Boys era.
Okay.
I don't know
What a
who
poll.
that was.
Mike Love was the guy that didn't play anything.
Oh, he's the Stark of the group.
He sang. He was lead singer on some of the songs.
Okay.
He was the one that wasn't related. Oh no, he was a cousin or something. I think.
It's such an old reference. Too.
I know. I just watched the Beach Boys. They did their own documentary about themselves,
Shocked.
and it came out in like the late '80s, early '90s. It is the most self-serving thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But the weirdest part is who's the dude?
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson. Mm-hmm. All of his interviews are when he's in bed.
Yeah.
Because I guess he like hit this point of depression and just literally stayed in bed for like 3 years, and just took a lot of drugs and stayed in bed.
Such a weird dude.
Yeah,
He's a Malk.
yeah. But he would like literally
He's not
all
on
of the
my
interviews
team.
like him laying down, and at that point he was big too. He's like laying down, his guts out there, and he's like, oh yeah. And then we did that. I'm like, you guys couldn't like stick a suit on him and put him in a chair just for 20
best-
minutes?
Like, close the robe? Like,
It's crazy.
The best thing I heard is that he sounds like the Bill Murray character from Caddyshack. He's already talking to that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mr. Gopher coming to visit. You know, it's Brian Wilson in a bed.
All right. So he shows up.
Ah, okay. We look like opposites because I'm wearing my like long armored nun habit that's all black.
Okay.
Nice.
And he goes. Oh, it's a hearse.
I love it. She's like, "Oh, I love your car."
Like 1976 Cadillac. Looks
Gorgeous.
like. So he opens the door for you.
Very nice. Why, thank you.
He says, "Drive, freeway, 70 miles an hour."
And I'll patiently wait until it gets up to 70 miles an hour.
Okay.
And then Alan, we have become aware of some interesting developments in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Our mutual not friend, Mina, has been meeting with some canine companions.
I don't have anything against dogs.
They're not dogs all the time. She is allying herself with them.
That could be unpleasant.
It could be very unpleasant. It worries me for your growing flock that they would be so near.
That is a dangerous weapon to bring into something like this. It's an extremely dangerous weapon to bring into something like this. It's something that a sane person does not do. You just don't do something like that. That's not something that you do if you're right in the head.
I very much agree. It is a weapon that can just as easily bite the hand of the wielder as the opponent.
It will. It
And-
will. It will bite the hand. It will eat the hand and the arm attached to it, and probably part of the torso. And then it'll get inside and it'll get into the organs, because that's what they really want to eat. You know, like the alphas, they always want the organs first. They leave all of the meat. That's the tough stuff for the others. But the alphas,
Viscera, yes.
yeah. This is no good.
It is not.
This is no good. I need to talk to the Baron. The Baron needs to know. He needs to know now that this is unacceptable, and it was unacceptable the whole time if he'd listened to me before, but he wasn't. And so now he's going to know that I was right and he was wrong. That's what he's going to find out tonight.
Good. Do you think he will listen to reason, or do you think
I don't.
the parent needs...
I don't think he will. I think his brain got broken when she gazed at him and turned him into what he is now. I think she took it too far. She took it too far. She broke his mind.
That is unacceptable.
But I got to tell him. I can't not tell him. But he won't do any. He won't do a thing. I know he won't do anything. He doesn't do anything now. He just sits there. He's got someone that like drool off his chin and drips down. He's got a stain. There's a stain on his shirt. Last time I saw him, there was a stain on his shirt.
That is a sad state of affairs for a leader.
Right?
It sounds like your territory needs a new leader.
Yeah.
Do you know of anyone that would wish to fill that void? No.
No one wants that job. That's a thankless job. It's about as thankless as jobs get.
It very
Being a
much-
leader of anarchs? Can you imagine something that's less thankful?
No.
I can't.
I can't
No.
either. But someone is going to have to take care of this canine problem.
Well, I'm not taking it. No. I once, I fought one of those things once. I barely got away. They're fast. They're
Yeah.
very fast.
They are fast.
And you can't. No. Nope. We should leave. We should go somewhere else. Somewhere far away from forests and remote stuff. We need to go in a deep into a city. Deep. A big one. A lot of concrete, no trees.
I mean, we do have one of those.
But we're not on good terms. I mean, we are
We
on good
are,
terms.
yes, of course.
But, I mean, in the larger sense of all of the people, we are not on the greatest of terms right now. There's been a war, and I have a feeling I would be singled out as someone that someone might want to kill.
That's terrible. But, you know, Our territories don't need to be at war. Mina has been fomenting that war from the inside.
Yeah, that's true. She has.
If she weren't, we could be repairing these bonds of neighborly friendship. I mean, doesn't the Lord say, love thy neighbor?
Yeah, I don't remember. Never actually read the book. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably. I'll Google it. I think. I don't know.
I'll give him some literature.
Okay.
No, the time is right. Look at you.
Hasn't read it. You say, I have a book for you. You can borrow mine. It's got some annotations.
Okay, thank you.
I think you'll find it quite interesting. Well, at the very least, if you would be so kind, do be aware of any dog activity in your neighborhood, and if you would let me know
Oh,
if you hear
sure.
any movements, if you're able to make any headway with the Baron.
I'll try. I gotta try. Because I gotta try. He's the Baron. I mean, I don't have a choice. He's the Baron. It's not anyone else except him. He's the Baron I have to deal with.
Yes. If you won't do anything, though, I do mean it, and I think our prince would agree that the time is ripe to consolidate our power in the area for the good of all. We're all vampires, after all.
Yeah. Yeah, you think I should kill him. You think I should kill him. That's what you're telling me, is I should kill him. That's what you're saying. You're not saying it in words, but I can tell that you mean that I should kill him. Yes? Is that what you're telling me? That is what you're telling me?
A puppet leader does no one any good. Sometimes sacrifices must be made.
So you think I should kill myself? I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no, I don't think you should kill yourself. You have too much work to do here.
Okay. I'm going to go talk to him.
Talk to him.
But I think he's not going to do anything, and when he doesn't do anything, I'm going to kill him.
I think you should do what you must. And do read the book. I think you'll find some answers in there.
Should I read the book before I kill him? Or after?
I'm going to give him some certain passages to read before.
Okay.
And then you can
Like
read more
some
after.
good Old Testament stuff.
Yeah, some good fire and
Vengeance is
brimstone
mine.
vengeance, eye for an eye.
Okay.
It's always a good one. Eye for an eye.
Suffer not
Yes.
a puppet leader to live.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll do that. All right. Okay. Then he tells the driver to go back to your...
Thank you. We'll have a very quiet,
Oh, yeah. Once
quiet contemplation under 70 miles an hour.
he doesn't say a word. Okay, and you're dropped off. And it's probably close to 8 o'clock. It's
Okay.
7:45. I don't remember what time your
Great.
people were showing up.
Like 8 is when the premises
Okay,
are coming.
so
Yeah,
7:50.
so I guess at this point, like, because I want Scully and Paul Murphy to be there
Oh, early, right. Yeah, they both arrive.
Great. And, just appraise them of the situation. Tell them that I would like to set up a Hollywood Bowl as my coronation and a lovely little, you lay out the jaws and then they close on what they close on. Has Scully heard anything from Big Head?
Yeah, yes. The last report I got from Big Head, he told me that everything was kind of on this weird holding pattern, and that they basically just sort of just stopped, and there's nothing else going on.
Yeah, okay. So Mina has cut her losses with the Anarchs.
It seemed that way. I think no one has seen her there in like 2 weeks.
Well, she is making, or attempting to make, allies with the werewolves.
You sure you need me around for? He doesn't. No, he would. He would. I think
Yeah,
he would.
he would.
Actually.
He absolutely
No,
would.
he definitely
Especially
would.
considering the troubles we had with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say that we also have put in a counteroffer with the werewolves, so I am waiting to hear back.
Having them on your side when there's ones that aren't on your side is always a good plan.
And so hopefully that will come to fruition, but we are making plans as if it will not. Expect the worst, hope for the best. I'm sure I read that on some poster somewhere.
I have that poster in my office. It's a good one. It's got a kitten on it.
Well, speaking of Scully, I managed to get some information on egress routes from the Hollywood Bowl, especially subterranean ones that are used by ours. If you could inspect those, make sure that they're secure, and make sure that there is a easy way for us to make a hasty retreat if needed to.
Sure. Do you want to make sure that we're the only ones that can make a hasty retreat?
I think that we're the only truly important ones, along with Morphe and the cabal that you see in front of you. At this point, that's security which I most tenaciously wish to preserve. So yeah, if you can see to that and make sure that you're ready to react in that way at a moment's notice, I think that would be the best use of your talents.
You got it.
Okay. And then...
I have a question for you.
Go.
Mistress.
Please. Oh, Lord.
Do
please
you
don't call
need
me
to alert the police to perhaps get ready to raid the Screaming Chicken? They have probable cause of a murder.
that. I would like to know if we've heard anything back from Mark, since he has now had definitely time to see that a message has been left from him, from us.
Mark,
Was the
leader
Wolfie
of
Good
the.
boy.
Good boy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No,
yes.
Tony's the good boy.
That's
right.
Tony.
Yeah.
Mark is the
There is
questionable status boy.
There is a message from Tony saying that Mark is amenable to a meeting.
Okay. So how soon can we set that up?
That could be a trap.
Yeah.
He said
Oh yeah.
tonight, sometime a few hours before dawn, like 3, if you wanted to do it tonight.
And I will agree to that meeting,
Okay.
because that'll be after whatever happens at the coronation, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And if I can keep him in a holding pattern until after, that also helps.
Okay.
I'll say yes, and that that is great. And I also want to get in touch with George Palmer and let him know we are setting up, like, obviously this coronation at the Hollywood Bowl, and that I expect moves to be happening tonight. So if he will be ready with his to take out the traitorous Vetro.
What's interesting, he says
He will.
3, so they don't have plans for the Hollywood Bowl yet.
Possibly.
Unless
that
it's
is-
a diversion.
Exactly.
Because maybe it's 3 because they're busy at midnight.
I mean, either way, I don't think that. Unfortunately, timing-wise, it's not like I'm going to be able to get up there and meet with them and then.
Anna Sophia will come to you and take you aside to let you know how it went with Apostle X. So he and his flock aren't really on board to take on the canines themselves. However, he does seem rather keen on killing the Baron.
That works.
So at the very least, he will be busy.
Busy is good. Is he
Busy is
amenable to being embraced back into the fold?
I think so. The werewolf threat has him wanting to move back to a city. So I gave him some things to think about regarding, love thy neighbor, come under the protection of our group and whatnot. And without the Baron, there may be more room to
Negotiate.
reincorporate.
Well, that is wonderful. And it sounds like your flock maker.
It may. Turns out he is not very well versed in the scriptures, so I gave him my personal copy to peruse.
Well, let his education be fruitful and quick.
I hope so. Let's hope he's a fast reader.
As they're talking, when they like move over to the vestibule to talk, Simon Perkins walks in.
Simon.
Felix. Felix. He probably has a goofy voice. He hasn't any screen time, has he?
I don't think so.
Not really.
Yeah, he did. You had a phone call with him.
Oh yeah.
A phone call. Okay.
I did not know that you were going to be showing up here.
Oh, we should probably. He's actually the primogen of the Nosferatu.
Oh, I thought that the prince was also the primogen, or there was a secondary. Oh no, you're right. He is my primogen.
He's the primogen. Yeah.
I'm like,
Because he was primogen under the last guy, and as soon as Miroslav showed up and declared practice, like, I'm your guy.
right.
So
I'm like, and I'm going. It's very good to see you. Please have a seat.
no.
And I sit down and I go. I'm assuming that you are encouraged by Lakshmi's declaration.
Yes. I'm glad someone has finally stepped up.
And I'm assuming that you received my invitation for the Hollywood Bowl coronation ceremony.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm hoping that you will be in attendance.
Of course.
What can we do for you at this point?
I'm here to pay my respects to the new prince.
Oh, very well. She is currently having a conversation with another member of our group over some concerns that have to be addressed. If I can offer you anything while you wait, I will inform her that you are here to see her.
I am well. May I inquire, what is your rank or status in this new regime?
That I have offered my services as media and brand consultant.
You young vampires in here.
Oh,
It has to do with making sure that the perception of our new leader is the one that we wish to present. It is important for us to make sure that those whom she is about to govern feel confident and respectful in her position. And so that requires a careful planning and a touch to make sure that people are reassured in that way. Think of it as a broader base, just sort of courtier schmooze.
Understand.
And then if you would please excuse me, I'll inform her right away that you've arrived. And I basically turn the corner and I'm very sorry to interrupt, but the Nosferatu Primogen has come to speak to you.
Wonderful.
And I go, whenever she's ready to come out, I have informed her of your presence.
Oh, thank you. He's sitting in the pews, probably like 2 rows away from Silas.
Why, hello.
He stands up and he walks up and he gives you a bow. Congratulations on your ascension to the princehood. Princedom?
Thank you. I appreciate your support going forward.
And I offer my services to you, of course.
Of course. I shall look forward to your presence at the coronation later tonight. And, well, now that you, Paul Murphy, and Scully are all here, have them witness Silas's transfer of power
Oh, okay. All right.
so that he can just do what he wants for the rest of the evening.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to keep retirees, like, tied up in
Right.
bureaucracy. That's just rude.
Oh, enjoy your retirement. Bask in the entrails.
So he basically states everything that he stated before in basically the same way he did, because I don't like portraying a bunch of NPCs at once. And then he says, I will start making my way to the Hollywood Bowl to watch the auspicious coronation. I am sure that there is a delight in store for me there.
Silas, would you like my driver to take you there?
Oh, I should make it by midnight.
Up to you. Offer stands.
And he leaves.
Great.
Point of note: the dagger that I gave him is coated in silver, just in case.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I still have the silver dagger you gave me.
You have to
Just
protect
in
our
case.
elders.
But before he leaves, I want to ask, does he have a list and records of all of your clan in the area that you might want? Or are they just going to show up and pay fealty to you now?
That's not really how it works.
He doesn't seem like one to carry lists.
It's probably
I
written on the
seriously
back
doubt
of a
it.
raccoon skin.
Yeah, we went to his house, right?
I think you did
Yeah.
once.
He
He
went
wasn't
outside
there.
of his house,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He lives in a shack. I don't think he has a file cabinet.
If you have a spare 6 or 7 hours, he can probably list off all of the Malkavians in the domain and tell you all of the idiosyncrasies he's noticed about them.
If we survive the evening, I will go visit him tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see. Now let's see. I have my prep from 3 years ago and my prep from recently.
Played this game for so
Toreador Primogen, Paul Morphy. Okay, not Katarina von Leitheisner.
No,
All
she
right.
is the leader of the mode of sin.
Right. I had also had her down as Toreador Primogen, but
She
that didn't
was.
happen. Right. That's right. Before.
Regime change.
Right.
But she's
Okay.
the one that gave the submarine to
Riley.
Riley,
Yes.
Right.
And with the Nazis.
Right. With,
So
yeah,
there is a submarine over there, actually.
with like
There was. It might
90-year-old.
be in Milan.
Okay.
They got re-educated.
Yeah.
Promptly.
Right.
Listen, we're gonna have some workplace sensitivity training on this submarine immediately.
Yeah.
She thought it was pretty nice. She got you an unauthentic U-boat crew.
She did.
They were cool. They've been holding on to
Aesthetics
them
are
for
everything.
decades.
Inappropriate, Grandma. Jeez.
It's like
It was one of the funniest scenes. Oh, just
Anti-
for those of you who should go back and watch.
anti-racism starts at home.
It does. It's like,
It's one of the funniest
oh
scenes
God,
ever.
you got me what? I mean, thank you, but oof.
No, thank you.
Woof.
What? It's
Sorry to
Hugo
bring that up.
Boss.
I laughed so hard. It was one of the funniest
The
scenes.
uniforms were Hugo Boss.
Yes, they were.
Oh, too accurate. Too accurate. It's like all of their jewelry was Coco Chanel.
Okay. Balanos shows up next.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't actually have anything to say to him. It's just he's here to see her, right?
And he looks like he's got like two Bruja assistants with him. And he walks in, and he's an old man. He's kind of shuffling as he walks. He's got a cane,
Oh,
and he comes up to you and he says, I forgot your character's name.
Lakshmi?
Lakshmi. Prince Lakshmi, it is a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well.
I offer my services as Primogen in your regime. Congratulations.
It's I accept your services and your support.
You are most gracious.
Fantastic. So that works out.
Okay. He didn't jump you.
What I will say is, it has been my great pleasure to have one of yours in my coterie all this time.
There is.
Floyd has been a great asset.
Oh,
And,
this is good to hear.
and I would like to thank you for lending him to our coterie here and giving your blessing to his actions.
It is my pleasure. Which actions?
In our defeat of the Second Inquisition here, and also taking out the traitor Anna Tremont.
And the Tremont has not been very good to us.
Well, no, thanks in some parts of Floyd's actions that Anna Tremont will no longer be bothering anyone.
Excellent. I did wish to taste her blood before she was gone. She is the wrong kind of bruja.
Well, she will no longer be a stain upon your name.
This is good to know. Please convey to the Floyd my thanks in taking care of this troublesome member of our clan.
Of course. And I did want to speak to you with Anna's defection and subsequent. We can speak plainly, can't we?
Of course.
Elimination. It does open up a position with Scully as a deputy.
Hounds?
Hounds,
Those
yeah.
Hounds are the,
Hound.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would like to ask you for your blessing in promoting Floyd to the Hounds.
Of course. Our entire clan would be honored that you would choose one of ours for such an important position.
Of course. Congratulations, Floyd.
Scully's your boss!
You gotta put up with that little shit. Done.
No, I
Well,
imagine.
you know, at least Big Head won't be so rude to you anymore.
You got a job.
So I imagine all this serious stuff. I'm nearby as your political liaison.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm just smirking. Like the idea of Floyd as a hound has just tickled me pink.
I was very careful not to give him even most of the credit for the Anna Tremont
I was like,
thing. In part thanks to his actions.
Floyd was also there.
He has taken actions.
He has done things.
Okay.
But you know, I'm standing there. I can hear all this. Okay.
I just also feel like maybe it's better if Balados doesn't actually know who you are.
Yeah. It's funny that.
Although I think from now on, Colin will refer to you as Hound Floyd.
I mean, unless you want to introduce yourself to your private jet.
We're reading up on the Bruja. They're not really. They're all pretty much isolationists and independent, and they tend to, when they get together, fight each other.
They're not big on power structures.
Really aren't
They
at
aren't.
all, and not really good on any of that. And they tend to fight each other whenever they need.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and nobody works for you.
yeah.
I'm glad I did not read that incorrectly. Great.
He's waiting to be dismissed. Oh, sorry. He's just standing there waiting.
Well then, I look forward to seeing you at the coronation.
Would you like me to stay to witness the rest of your presenters, or
Yes, please.
very well?
I would be very good. And, you know, tell him about Anna Sophia being the primogen of the Malkavians now, so that he can show her proper deference as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she'll introduce herself.
It
Is
is a
Scully still with
pleasure.
us, or did Scully run off to go do sheriff stuff?
He probably went to he probably went to the road.
Okay.
not Rose Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl.
Good. I don't have to start working for him immediately. Good.
Right.
He doesn't know you're his employee yet.
Exactly.
According to my list, all we're waiting on is Carlotta.
Friends of Carlotta.
And like right on the button at 8:00, she walks in the door, and she's like about 5'6", 5'7". She She's not dressed nice. All the rest of them were dressed nice. They're all in all like their fancy clothes. She's not dressed in fancy clothes. And she's like,
She can't even be bothered. Which one do you?
since she goes over and talks to the other Primogen, and like Balanos is like, congratulations, and extra service.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. And just a little tidbit of information that I thought you might find interesting is that it has come to my attention that Mina has allied herself with with the wolves, or is attempting to anyway.
Which gang?
Vultures.
Thank you. The vultures. They have not made their final decision yet, but I know that there is a history there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. You expecting trouble at
I'm-
midnight?
I am prepared for trouble, but I have put other pieces in play that might keep them busy.
I can, if you would like, get my fellow gangrel armed and ready, if that's what you want.
It is.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check on her? I just want to make sure she's on the level, and that this apathy is legitimate apathy and not.
I'm waiting to unleash my claws and fangs on you later.
Yeah.
Tonight. Later tonight.
I don't know what attribute you want me to roll on that with.
Oh.
Do it this way.
Insight
Mm-hmm.
and int? Would it be int or wits, do you think?
Either one is the same for
My
me.
insight says I roll it plus wits, but
Plus wits, okay.
Intelligence I use usually for memory recall.
Okay, all right.
That would be 2 successes.
A second.
So many 5s.
Rude.
Right?
How many successes?
2.
2. Yeah, she seems legit.
Okay.
Let me make some phone calls and I'll see if I'll get them out there. Is there someone we should see as far as security? Someone on site organizing?
Scully is on site. But also we are coordinating with George Palmer.
And she literally, like she sprained her eye muscles rolling her eyes.
And then, but like just like it's all the same breath. It's like we are also coordinating with George Palmer and Theodore.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Hobbit name.
So many names, man.
I remembered the first one. I felt real proud of myself about that one.
George Palmer, the one we've forgotten the entire game.
To ensure that things go smoothly as well. So
I'll look them up.
probably for the best.
Is that it?
For me,
Oh, Anna Sophia will introduce herself. Anna Sophia Malkavian Primogen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Carlotta Escobar, Gangrel, Primogen,
Cool.
cat herder.
Same. How do you feel about Satan?
Haven't given him much thought.
If you like to, let me know.
Oh my god, Anna, you can't just ask people how they feel about Satan.
I don't know. It seems like a pretty natural question.
Sure.
You
In this
just ask
particular
people if they want to
environment.
retire, apparently. So why
fair.
not just ask them how they feel about Satan?
That's fair.
I mean,
It has
I
worked for
feel
her.
like so long as you take no for an answer, there's no harm in the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She wants to learn about Satan. Let me know.
Okay.
The doors of the church stand open.
And there's a nice collection of skulls.
There are a nice collection of skulls. I'm a Malkavian. I can just do weird shit. Nobody is surprised.
I'll introduce myself to her as the political liaison to the prince.
Are you taking over for Morphe?
No.
No.
That guy's got a stick up his ass. Sorry.
But know that Colin has my ear at all times.
Understood. Then I'm out. And she doesn't offer to stay and sit down. She leaves.
Well, she was the last one, so really that was like it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that all the rest of them were here so that she saw all the rest of them
Right.
here.
Yeah.
But now they can all go.
Okay.
Like, unless they have important things to talk about, I don't feel like sitting around enjoying with them.
Okay. And no, they as soon as that's done and you kind of go back to what you're doing, they all kind of
Good.
start.
And I'm sure they all heard about Mark and his pack of dogs. So they can also make their own preparations.
Right. Okay.
Well, that went much smoother than I had even hoped.
You are such a pessimist. I
Wow.
love that about you.
I think I'm used to this Bruja blood in me that constantly.
Just embrace it.
You don't want that.
Your strength will come from you accepting yourself.
Have we heard from Mark and what perhaps he's been able to what we've done with the puppies?
We have a meeting set up for 3.
Oh, good.
So I've agreed to that, and we'll see if where he lands.
Do you want me to contact the police department? They may need to mobilize sooner rather than later, or do you want to just wait? and see?
I would love to have them standing by.
Okay, so I'll call up my connection and say, we have reason to believe that there's a motorcycle gang in San Bernardino that committed a murder at the Screaming Chicken. We would like to let them standing by. There might be activity a little bit later tonight that they can catch them on.
Okay. I know the sheriff of San Bernardino County. I'll get in contact with him.
This is a pretty dangerous motorcycle gang. We might actually want to get more than 2 motorcycle cops. I'm thinking maybe actually the SWAT team. There was a murder of a Serbo-Croatian in the bar,
Okay.
who may or may not have been armed. Heavily.
Ah, got it. Okay. All right. I'll get a hold of him.
Know that you have a gang war happening.
Surprise!
Have fun with that.
Cool.
Okay. So it is like, let's say 8:15.
So much time to prepare.
I know, right? Let's talk. What are George Bomber's plans? As much as I would love to just.
Trust him.
Yeah, no, I don't trust
Yeah.
anyone.
As far as dealing with the
Been true.
Kwame Amaluf
Yeah.
situation,
The faux Amaluf.
Quasi-Amaluf.
Fomaloof.
Omaloo.
That's right. He was going to go look into that. He was supposed to contact him today.
Well, no, he was on a holding pad.
He was on a holding pattern until I got. Basically, I wanted to get all the
Okay.
primogens pledged to me before we moved forward. Just in case.
Well, you can call him. You can call him, and he tells you that his plan is as soon as he sees him, wherever that is, if that's at the coronation or if it's at some point soon thereafter when he'll go looking for him if he's not at the coronation. His plan is to diablerize him because Kwame Amaluf assured him that it is not him. And it said, "You can do whatever you want." So, that's his plan. It's a very simple plan.
Simple is
Eat
good.
the imposter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta make an example.
That does remind me. I'm going to actually take some time to make a couple of steaks.
Okay.
Not cooked steaks, the actual pointy steaks. I could
I thought
I
exactly
know.
the opposite.
I could
of
tell
that.
exactly what you were looking at me for. You're like,
Come
why
on.
are you going to be eating meat?
Are you expecting the good boy to come by?
Gosh, I only had a diet shake for dinner. It's
Oh no,
really good.
wooden steaks, like let's say 2, just
Okay.
in case I have to incapacitate a vampire quickly.
Okay.
That's fair.
I would urge all of you maybe to carry one with you, just in case somebody gets too close and you need to. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think
Sure,
it's
I've
going to
got
be
a
good.
wooden cross or 2 I could sharpen.
I would love to know what other tricks Miriam has up her sleeve.
Okay. As far as what? Well, she says I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve. Is there something specific you want me to do? It's easier for me to explain what I can do in a situation rather than everything I can do.
Okay. Well, our major concerns going into this coronation are that a pack of wolves are going to show up and that Mina will show up. I'm more concerned about the wolves than I am Mina.
Any kind of wards?
Specifically those that might block domination.
Or perhaps
That's
lessen
why
the power of the moon?
Well, that's why I fear Mina more, is because she could actually start taking us and making us do what she wants us to do.
That is a good
That
point.
is nightmarish in and of itself.
If she's got Venture working with her.
Exactly.
When they're in their most dangerous form, there is very little I can do specifically to them. I can do things to the environment, like to anyone, but to specifically do to them, I would have to do it before they turn into their most dangerous form.
Well, whatever preparations you need to make for that.
Okay.
Would having the hair... Never mind, I didn't know you did that. Never mind.
I do know that I did that, though. Am I present when you're talking to her?
Sure. I
Um,
don't actually expect Miriam to survive much longer, so I
Yeah.
don't mind.
I don't know if it would help your witch friend or not, but I do have a sample of the werewolf's fur from the good boy.
I could find him with that. I could control him with that. But I could only control him.
Well,
But that, at a critical moment, could be extremely useful.
true. And my backup plan is rather more personal than that.
Well, it can't hurt.
It would
To
probably
have
do her
one.
more good than it would us to have them.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'll give it
Okay.
to her. So we can at least control one of them. Mm-hmm.
You got like a small handful or a pinch of them,
Yeah.
not just a strand.
Not just a strand, like
Okay.
a few.
Okay.
Like, comb through. Here's this pile of fur.
It's like I just sweep the floor when after he leaves.
Yeah.
It's like my dogs.
Tumbleweed.
One of those brush gloves on his butt going, "You're such a good boy."
Furminator.
Okay, so we've got that. I've agreed to a meeting. We've set up everything that we can set up prior to the coronation. Question mark, question mark?
Yeah, we've got weapon caches, we've got people there to use them.
We have escape routes if we need to beat a hasty retreat.
Should we plan an escape route?
I put Scully in charge of that. I gave him several options, so that's because I thought it would be better for us to basically retreat to him and have him handle our egress, because we're going to probably be dealing with a lot of crap. So moving to where he is and him having already a plan to get us out, probably the smartest thing to do. Because if something goes truly chaotic during this, we'll have very little time to react.
I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna say that Anna Sophia for the church has one of those incense swingers, the thuribles, but it's made out of silver.
Yes!
Okay.
and it's very pointy.
Okay.
And by the way, I have a
Oh,
lot
it's like a morning star kind
Yes.
of. Okay.
I have a lot of those little pyrotechnic things set up for the stage. Within the pyrotechnics is a healthy dose of silver oxide.
Okay. All right.
For when they go off, we can probably use them as a screen. Also, I gave everybody that comes to the coronation is going to get a hexagonal little card with a hermetic symbol on it. There's going to be a hermetic symbol matched to the invited person attendee from outside, basically the snack people.
Okay.
And when they find and basically that's a match.
It's like the singles game when you hand out a deck of cards and you have to find your pair, right?
But the thing is, there's a clue after they've imbibed. There's a clue on the that was left on the body that leads to how all of these little things are supposed to be put together, and there's a prize at the end.
Oh,
if the group does it correctly. The whole thing is it turns into a little castle. If they all don't work together and do it right, the castle falls apart and burns.
Okay.
If they do it right, it basically just everybody gets a prize at the end of it.
Got it. Okay. A valuable life lesson for all of the vampires in the tent.
I'm going to more of Jim's parties. That's what I don't. This is someone who puts into a pretend party. I'm going to go there to see what he does in real life.
I know, right?
Is it possible to put a little sample of your blood on each one of those cards?
Oh.
So that
And
it
the reign of
transfers onto
terror
them.
begins.
So we have recourse.
Hey, I just love you so much right now.
That's amazing.
And yes.
Very well then.
And how would you feel about some opening entertainment for the coronation?
Oh, there's an orchestra ready for you to lead.
Oh, good.
I figured you'd be in charge of that.
Well, I appreciate the forethought.
Miriam comes back and she's like, "Can I see someone's phone?" I don't have one.
Yeah.
I'm old. She's like, "Your werewolf friend," and from what I can discern, most of the rest of them are right here. And she points to a spot on the 101 freeway at the Cahuenga exit, which is the exit you take to get to the Hollywood Bowl. And it's like they're loitering in this area.
Good boy feels like a bad boy. So do you need to be within sight of them to deal with them before they get in their most dangerous
If you
form?
want me to do something to this one, I can do it right now, but that might show your hand.
I could actually call the cops on them. I mean, a motorcycle gang hanging out right before a big event at the Hollywood Bowl doesn't seem like a good thing, right?
It's not. No.
And maybe we could just get them to arrest a few and make them disperse, and at least. What do you think? Can we give it a whirl?
Sounds like a good plan.
Right.
And it's also plausible deniability in terms of.
I'm going to call up my contact and say, we have evidence that the vultures are actually congregating near the Hollywood Bowl. I'm going to give them the exit number.
Okay.
I know I've heard that there's an event that's scheduled there tonight, and this seems like it might be, it could be a terrorist event. You know, if a motorcycle gang attacking people at the Hollywood Bowl, it could be bad. I know you have some forces there now. Yeah, right, because you already called it in, but I think you might need more. In fact, I would recommend you bring a lot more.
Okay.
And I would strongly suggest you bring armored vehicles and heavy weaponry.
Okay. Will do.
Does Jim have any eyes? Does Felix have any eyes on that area?
I can certainly move some over. I open up my laptop and I move a couple of drones over to see if I can inspect the area.
Okay. There's this nice, neat row of, how many did I say there were? 14 of them?
15.
15. There's this nice, neat row of motorcycles lined up. And then sort of like the gully on the side of Cahuenga, there's like a big pack of dogs or wolves. But they're laying down on the grass, so they're kind of blended in. So I mean, you can tell the motorcycle gang is there, but they're trying to.
Are they parked legally?
I don't know.
On the side of the road?
Probably not. I would imagine not. But honestly, I don't know.
I know how bikers feel about their bikes.
Oh yeah.
Tow truck.
So, tow truck.
Or you just get somebody to knock down the first one.
Yeah, who's going to be that volunteer?
Right.
Send someone you want to get rid of.
Scully can go in and out on scene, can he?
You really want to be new sheriff?
That's messed up. Poor Scully. But sure.
Also, he would never go though.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
He would
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
turn on us
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would. You're right.
Yep.
But like, I mean, if you want to sacrifice a drone,
I think the police and SWAT team showing up and starting to ticket their bikes and stuff will galvanize them to some sort of movement, and then
not like SWAT teams ticket.
we'll see.
It's not.
Something's
that's not
gonna
really how
happen.
SWAT teams work.
They're not just going to drive by. They're going to stop. They're
Or
going
at
to look
least
around.
going
We'll
to call
see.
the dog catcher.
Oh
Dog
yeah, that's
catcher?
a great idea.
Animal control.
We could,
Animal
yeah,
control.
we could at least call the ASPCA saying there's a pack of wild
Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Just say they're coyotes.
that seem to be near the. I was driving down the 101 and saw a pack of wild coyotes near the Hollywood Bowl right before an event.
Okay.
That could be terrible. Those poor
And you
ASPCA.
just gotta, it's nothing but the dog in me. Nothing but the dog.
Come out with their little fucking net. Giant eyes. Like, here, doggy, doggy. The little hoop thing. Oh, God.
Woof. Actually, do you think we can run some plates real quick?
Of course.
I basically take pictures of all the motorcycle plates.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I go, get me information on these people as quickly as you can.
Make your
What am
is it technology? What's that skill called?
Oh, I thought I was relaying this to the cop.
Calling the cops.
Oh, or you can call the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to relay it to the cop.
Okay. He gives you a big long string of names.
Look for any kin or family of those people. Go to those addresses, and I'm going to put the drones right up there, looking at them sleep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get my iPad, put the link, put that on another drone, and send it over and drop it in the middle of the wolves.
Make like one tech roll to give me like 2 successes on that.
This is where I like playing with Jim.
I know! People are like, oh, you're such a kindred. And I'm like,
There's 3.
3. Okay. All right. All right. So that's on its way.
Okay.
So it takes some time to get the drone.
No.
So, but the ETA for your iPad drone would probably be like 10:30.
Okay.
Oh, got plenty of time.
Anyone doing anything?
Well, considering that Sammy was supposed to be watching them, I'm concerned that he's maybe dead. I'd like to try to reach out to him.
Okay.
I'd love to have eyes on Mina, but I don't know where we can do that.
well, has Paul Murphy heard anything from his IT
parts
guy?
of your congregation maybe?
As far as Mina, no hits
Oh, I
yet.
don't see why not.
No hits.
Perfect.
Mina is a Nosferatu. Do you think there's any word amongst the Nosferatel where she might be?
You guys didn't even know she existed. I mean, like,
I mean, I could ask around, but she seems to be the type that covers her tracks pretty well, and anyone that would know would probably be loyal to her and not give away that information without.
Well, that's what I'm concerned
Some
about. Is
coercion.
I wonder if she's reached out to the clan first, and if anybody's had any contact at all.
I could actually. I go to Scully and I go, can you just call around some people and just see? Do you think that might be a thing?
okay,
Sure.
we'll do.
But that I didn't even think of that. That's,
Clan loyalty sometimes can be,
well, especially in our clan, we are actually a little bit more tight knit than most.
and she is technically Miroslav's spawn, so there
Yeah,
might
but
be some.
the Nosferatu are very, very, very particular about the Masquerade. Those
Yeah.
that are against the Masquerade, they hardly tend to align themselves with, because the Masquerade is what keeps us alive. being the monstrosities that we are. So that really never ran through my mind, but that's a horrifying thought that can be correct. So, crap. That one slipped through my radar. If it isn't in a movie plot, I don't think about it.
Hello, Colin.
Do you have any news for me?
No, they're here.
Uh-huh. Great. What are they wearing?
You can hear someone whispering in the background. Jeans and t-shirts with vests. I have a message.
Very well.
You're going to die tonight, she says.
Well then, I guess I have a date to keep.
Okay.
Why don't you come home?
I'll try. No, I can't. No.
Very well. I will hopefully see you soon.
Okay.
Click. Alright, now it's fucking personal.
Do you have any way of tracking him?
As my ghoul, do I?
I don't remember anything.
Did you activate the Find My Phone on his phone?
Because apparently Mina is talking to him right over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So we
That
could
would be
at
nice
least...
to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I have a way of tracking him? I don't know. I don't know if I do.
Well, you can make a technology roll.
Lord.
If you get 2 successes, we'll say you put the Find My Phone thing on.
Okay. Would that be intelligence, wits, or resolve?
Wits. 2
dice.
You can do
Including
it.
your hunger die?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Beauty, eh?
That's 1 success. You know what? I'm giving the willpower.
Okay.
I'm gonna push.
That lets you re-roll 1 up to 3 dice.
Not
Nope.
the hunger die, though.
But not the hunger die?
You can
Ooh, that might be
It
true.
is right. I was just looking at it.
well,
It's
then never
on the
mind.
sheet here with the willpower thing.
Damn it!
So,
Well, then I can't.
I just want to read this out loud just to make sure
believe
I'm
you're
not.
right.
I'm
That
not
sounds
fucking it up.
right.
Lakshmi knows what he looks like.
Reroll 1 to 3 normal dice, not usable during willpower raise. Yes.
Yeah, but eliminate the trail of prey we would have to send someone out to. I would have to go out and follow
That's
him.
true.
yeah.
It's not a
Yeah, that's not
GPS service.
I just remember that you had a tracky thingy. Didn't really remember the particulars.
That's true.
So unless Anna Sophia wants to try to get a vision of him,
I mean, I could try. If that's a thing you would ask me.
yeah, I absolutely would. This is personal now.
I call my new my new spawn.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you a cell phone number, can you at least try to ping what tower it's by?
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll give him the
That's
information.
a great idea.
He's been working on rebuilding Second Inquisition stuff, so
Right.
he might be able to do a little better.
Okay. I
Oh, by the way, this morning, his food was still alive.
Ooh.
we'll keep waiting.
They'll get hungry eventually.
Is he cleaning up her mess?
Yes.
Very nice. We'll burn the humanity out of him pretty soon.
Yeah. He tells you it's a Starbucks. What, I found picked the one part of Los Angeles that doesn't have a fucking Starbucks in it?
What?
Anarch controlled.
It's coffee bean and tree leaf.
No, it's a secret heart. Yeah.
At Hollywood and Gower.
Oh wow.
It's right near the studio.
How's Miriam feel about lightning strikes?
It's gonna kill everyone in it.
So would Mina.
If she hasn't already.
sorry about your Samuel.
He's rather lost to you anyway at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way back from
if
that.
what Apostle X said about the Baron is true for Samuel, I don't think it's like Jello up there now.
I don't think there's any way back from her dominate. You can get another one.
We're talking like killer, right?
Yeah, yes.
I'd have to be able to see. I have to be able to see her.
Okay.
You can't just hit a building.
Sure, that might not kill her. Buildings get hit all the time. People inside are fine.
That's true.
I mean, buildings themselves ground lightning strikes. That's.
Why we have them.
I mean,
Yeah.
just, that's how that works.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay, so this is good though.
If you have a nuclear option,
Would it be worth it to send Miriam out there?
No,
Not
because
alone.
she'll just die.
someone would have to go with her.
More than one person. Also, if she has to be able to see Mina, and Mina is a Nosferatu who I am 100% sure can obfuscate.
Mm-hmm.
Mina is, after all, or not Mina, Miriam. So many similar names. What have we done
So many
to
names.
What
ourselves?
have we done to
So
ourselves?
many M names.
Then she's... I mean, Miriam's still immortal. She's a
True.
witch, but she's immortal. I literally got her by spitting on her.
Can she put that Starbucks into the pocket dimension?
It's going to take more than one.
That'd take, multiple witches.
No, it's a ritual thing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it seems to be
And it's a copy. It's not like a... From everything we've seen of the pocket dimension so far, my understanding of it is, like, they built a copy of our universe.
That's impressive.
And
We
the
should-
reason why she had so many, like, storage rooms is because they folded a bunch of those copies into that space and made that door a portal to them.
Who's your Primogen?
Sam
Just
Perkins.
Sam Perkins, yes.
I wonder if Sam would like to go talk to Mina.
I don't think it's a good
Everybody's
idea to
scared
send
shitless
anybody
of Mina
else
right
to
now.
Mina.
No.
No, she's just gonna make their brains mush.
Yeah.
But a Nosferatu of high enough power might be able to go toe-to-toe with her.
Or she could deloperize
she's-
Sam and get stronger than she
She's
is now.
Miroslav's children.
Right.
Yeah, she's. I don't
Okay.
think that there's too many people around here that are
I'm just
as
trying.
powerful or more powerful.
I'm trying to think of people we can call that can go there while we're...
I mean, there's no way to... Here's the thing. There's no one person or even a small group of people who is going to be able to take her out right now.
well,
We need
there's enough
to...
gangrel over there. They might do something, but it will break the masquerade.
But my point is that we have the Hollywood Bowl as a trap for a reason.
Okay. Yeah.
We set it up literally for this event. There is no point in going out and getting our allies piecemeal killed or us piecemeal killed and dominated because we don't have faith in the trap that we have spent the last 2 days preparing.
True.
It's true.
How would you like to proceed?
We go forward with the coronation. I would like to know what happens with the drone iPad situation. Because our biggest threat right now is actually the dogs.
Oh yeah.
So I have a small nuclear option when it comes to Good Boy. But if so, Miriam can't control. Can she control Tony
Sure.
right now as a wolf?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Send him to Starbucks.
Yeah. A pack of wolves would definitely take
Well,
her down.
it'd be one wolf. I don't think she can control the entire pack.
No.
She can. She can only control Tony, and he is not high enough up there to command the rest of them. The best we could get is to
Get them to follow him?
For him.
suicide him into the rest of the pack. But
Or suicide him into Mina.
I think if we suicide him into Mina, some people might chase him anyway, and
True.
then frenzy might take over, and then anything in the way gets torn apart.
And that
Hi,
also
Sammy.
assumes that Mina's still in the Starbucks, which I don't think she's going to be. Because that's, like, literally like sitting duck situation. She knows that we would be able to track her down. And it's going to take, like, 20 minutes for him to get over there.
I'm curious how Apostle X's murder talk went with the Baron. I'm just going to text him a scripture reference that's about messengers and or murdering kings.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's one in there.
There's got to be
Sounds
one in
awful.
there.
Deliver unto Caesar that which is Caesar's.
Thank you.
Catholicism, wow.
I'm sure Pontius Pilate said something similar, didn't he? When he's up there addressing the mob.
Sure, somewhere towards the back.
Yeah.
His response: a little busy right now.
Okay.
Wonder if that's a good thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing. Not yet, anyway.
Where's that cell phone ping happening?
Yeah, because if he's supposed to be just bedridden, why would it be difficult?
Well, he was going to talk to him first. That part could be difficult if he's...
Or if
Mush
Alexander
brain.
has guards that need to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
He does have somebody who's still wiping the drool off his face.
But Lakshmi does have a point. We set the trap for a reason. That's where most of our force is. That's where our strength is. We should proceed as planned.
Fair?
10:15 comes. The drone drops the iPad, and then I'm assuming the drone is monitoring what's happening below.
Yeah. And Anna Sophia was kind enough to dispatch some of her flock to those individual locations.
Oh, okay, excellent. Oh, so you got pictures of like scary-looking goth people in front of
in
the
masks
houses
with guns in
Okay.
front of the houses.
Excellent. Okay. The wolves kind of congregate around and look around, and one of them turns into a person, and he picks it up. Drops it on the ground,
Start
and then
killing.
they all get on their motorcycles.
Start killing and put it on the thing.
Wait, no, they all get on their motorcycles.
Right.
Yeah, they all start turning back into people and going to their
good.
motorcycles and start riding.
There you go.
So
And
running
they get
towards
back on the
Hollywood-
freeway.
Oh, back home.
I was like, where are they going? It's
But
the
they're going to flip you
important
off.
Yeah.
Of course.
As is tradition.
Was Good Boy one of them?
I'm assuming he was at
bit.
part
One
of
of
the
the
pack.
15, yeah.
Yeah. They were all there, yeah.
All right.
Are they riding off back towards San Bernardino or towards their relatives' houses?
They're probably heading towards their relatives' houses. I suggest your people leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them a.
Well, right now they're headed out of town.
Okay.
So like they're on the 101 and they're going to be headed like out the 110.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send a group text. Cease menacing. Return to the sanctuary.
Cease menacing. Go to the Starbucks. Make sure they can track you.
Good job, Satan loves you.
Satan is very proud. Okay,
Okay.
great job.
Well, fear is my number one weapon.
I say we head to the Hollywood Bowl. Let's get this show going.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Okay.
How long can you control Good Boy?
Indefinitely.
I think it would be a good idea to bring him to us.
Okay. I can't do it in a car.
How much time do you need?
5 minutes, 10 maybe, max.
Let's do it before we head out.
Okay.
Because I am assuming they are going to peel off at some point, like to go and check on their relatives or whatever.
Right. And she comes back a couple minutes later. He's headed back toward. Do you want him at the bowl, or do you want him here?
I want him here.
Okay. Okay, he's coming here.
Well, because if he goes to the bowl, he's just gonna get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a bunch of
With
people
you.
hyped up on werewolf blood.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out what the game mechanics for it will be, because there aren't any in the rules.
Oh.
I figure that once the blood's in your system, you automatically get an extra hunger die that you cannot get rid of under any circumstances.
Oh, no.
And then if you pump an attribute, a blood surge,
Yeah.
you get 2 dice instead of 1, but one of them is a hunger die. I figured that was probably about the most
That's
appropriate.
pretty cool.
That's
actually.
actually,
Yeah,
I like
really
that.
Just
cool.
throw in
Yeah.
frenzy. Yeah, it's great.
All right, despite a better judgment, I'm going to activate heightened senses
Okay.
just to make sure.
Oh yeah, I should probably activate toughness. I think that takes a rouse check. It helps me with my with getting hit.
So he's he was very close by, so he's only a few minutes away.
Perfect. That's what I figured.
Ooh, I succeed. So I am now tough. Somebody remind me when I get shot at that I get to add resilience, or I have resilience, I get to add fortitude to health.
Good. None of those abilities require any kind of... Fleetness does. Okay.
For funsies, Anna Sophia is gonna do some praying and try to see if she can see any details about the outcome of this evening to be prepared.
Oh, it's one for one scene. I'm going to wait till we get to the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too.
Come here.
Yeah. Heightened senses just
Thank
like
you.
turn on, so... I think. Yeah, free.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
And what are you doing?
Premonition.
Oh, okay.
I wish to see the future.
Any specific future?
I think she's contemplating, like, how things are going to go with Mina. Because now that the dogs are kind of off, that seems to be our biggest threat.
Okay. You see Mina lying on the ground dead, and then you see standing over her, Kwame Amloof smiling.
Fascinating. What a curious vision. Well, Mina will die. The manner is rather odd, though. I saw Kwame Amaluf standing over her body, smiling.
Well, we know that there has been traitors in the Ventru since the start. As, George Palmer was literally staked out in the middle of Griffith Park.
Quite true.
And
Whether
there-
it's the real Kwame Amaluf or this imposter, would I know the difference for my vision? What was the outfit the same as the person I saw standing behind her in the
Yes.
previous vision?
Yep.
Okay. His outfit was the same as in my previous vision.
That stands to reason it's the imposter.
We might want to warn George Palmer not to eat him?
So, not to get too tinfoil hatty. What if this false Kwame Amaluf is Miroslav?
We saw his dead body.
There are ways.
We saw a torpid vampire's body when it had been drained and diablerized.
And we saw Anna Tremont.
Who told us that she had diablerized.
We saw her aura be of diablerization.
But I don't think you can tell who they diablerized.
No.
Yes, but why would, if it is Miroslav, why would he kill his own daughter?
And take the form of Kwame Amaluf, which just brings down that much more grief upon his own head.
Not only that, but he's a prideful person, I don't see why he would try to jump into somebody else's skin to take power.
He also already had the power?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, none of this makes sense because he literally was already at the top of the food chain.
It's always bothered me that Anna Tremont had found a way to diablerize Miroslav. Anna Tremont was nobody. She was a hound. She wasn't a sheriff. She was a hound. And she managed to diablerize Miroslav? It's never sat right with me.
Well, it's
But-
entirely possible that Venture been planting hints and pulling strings this whole time. Clearly they are.
I mean, it makes more sense that this false Kwame is the one who orchestrated that than this false Kwame being Miroslav.
And it could be one of Miroslav's enemies from a long time ago before he came over to the New World. It could be someone coming out here to seek revenge and basically usurp everything that he's built.
It's quite possible. And like I said, not to sound too tinfoil hatty, but
I mean, I believe that. I truly do not believe Anna Tremont could have taken out Miroslav by herself. But the idea that Miroslav would set up this war with the Anarchs in order to consolidate his power, then fake his own death, then kill his childer who was acting under his orders this whole time in order to take back the territory he already held?
The main clue we have, though, is that there seemed to be a plan that was being unfolded, that was halted. And that it was halted right as Miroslav's death and all these things sort of came to pass. Which means that there was something going on that was not intentionally his doing, that fouled up a plan that he had with his childhood. That's the way I interpret it.
And this did happen after George Palmer arrived,
mm-hmm.
who was Kwame Amalouf's Archon.
And then George Palmer did confirm that one of the Ventru with Mina was one of the Ventru that staked him.
Yes.
I'm more willing to believe that it's Venture being Venture,
Yeah.
pulling strings, manipulating, and it's probably for their benefit in the long run to not have Miroslav in L.A. for whatever reason, and they're installing their own less threatening regime.
Question, was this primarily a Ventru domain before the coming of the Second Inquisition and everything
Yes.
falling apart?
Yes.
So-
The prior prince was a Venture.
That was Prince Daniel, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prince Daniel.
And I believe that this location was actually under Ventru control for quite some time, so it could be just a Ventru plot to take back what's theirs.
I remember having notes about this.
This area is extremely influential.
Well, we actually played that game. We can tell you whatever you want to know about it.
All I'm saying is beware the fake Kwame Amalouf, and also perhaps beware killing him.
I'd say broader than that, just beware all Venture right now.
Fair.
Agreed.
I don't know. It might be a likely policy in the future to disallow Ventru entering the city to begin with.
It's entirely possible that we've been played by Paul. Is it Paul Murphy? Who was the Venture?
No,
No, George Palmer.
George Palmer.
It's entirely possible that we've been played by George Palmer from the beginning.
My God, but currently there's no actual reason to believe that.
No,
So I refuse to
I agree. But
descend into.
it's entirely possible he put himself in our trust and has been manipulating us subtly throughout this whole entire time.
It's also apparently entirely possible that Miroslav is still alive and running
I'm not-
some cunning triple cross.
I'm not saying that is.
I refuse to be tied up in conspiracy theories that
It's wheels
we
within
have no
wheels.
actual evidence for. We're prepared. We are, as always, prepared for betrayal from within.
Yes.
We are the only five we can trust. We know that. We have always known that.
All right. Let's do this coronation thing.
Yep.
Oh, what's his name's going to show up first?
Yeah, Tony.
Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what benefits would I get from drinking his blood?
You get more dice when you surge.
But they're like all hunger dice.
So,
One of them is that.
if you get, when you surge, you get a certain number of dice when you do a surge.
I get one die when I surge.
So you get 2 per surge.
Okay.
Serge.
Sal.
Where's Serge?
This is from Beverly Hills Cop. It was,
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was the character.
Would you like a little twist of lemon?
Twist of lemon?
I make it myself.
No, it was bulky. Bart Tuckermoose.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah. He played Serge.
Sal.
Why not? I mean, Mina's coming.
Treat yourself. It's your coronation day.
No, Ryan, I
It's your
just
birthday.
can't
It's
help
your birthday.
myself.
Wait, are you gonna kill him?
No.
Okay, good. We might. I mean, seems useful.
Very.
He's incredibly useful. I'm not killing him. I'm just taking a little
I
taste.
don't think I have
To
anything in my
know,
blood
I've been
surge.
curious
I don't
since
think about blood
yesterday. That's a long time to be curious for me.
Okay, you hear his motorcycle pull up. He walks inside.
Tony, it's so good of you to join us again.
You're welcome. I tried to talk to him. How did I get here?
It just invitation.
Oh. I tried to talk to him. He told me to shut the fuck up.
Yes, well, it's good that you're here with us now. We will value you much more.
What was their plan and where did they go?
Oh, they were going to kick the shit out of you as soon as you got off the freeway.
And now they're back to the Screaming Chicken.
Oh, they're pissed. You'll hear from them again, but not tonight.
Well, that's a problem for future us.
Yeah. So, I am going to taste Tony's blood.
Okay.
Can you Google a werewolf?
I want to know.
Ooh.
I only remember the rules from that way back, and it's a rough thing.
Right.
Because you stand a very good chance to kill the werewolf if you try to.
Because of the whole
Blood
source
incom-
of their power.
Yeah.
Blood incompatibility.
Okay, just curious.
I'm not willing to chance it tonight. Because
rules
tonight
are
Miriam
Chicago
has
tonight.
him.
Right.
And I'm willing to let that go.
Effectively, Miriam schooled him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if it ain't broke. So, yeah. Take a little taste and then...
Okay. He's not going to stop you. Or try to stop you.
And then he and Miriam will be part of my entourage as we go into the
Okay.
coronation.
You have to make a frenzy check.
I don't remember how...
I think that's in my notes. Frenzy! Hunger frenzy. I'm going to say that your difficulty is 3.
Willpower against 3.
Failing a rouse
Then
check.
I add dice equal to 1/3 of my humanity. So,
You make a willpower check. And bonus dice for humanity. It's
Yeah.
C, humanity, and stains, though.
Yeah, I think so. Your humanity is 3 at this point.
Oh, it's what you're
I
remaining.
only have 1. No, because this is my humanity.
Oh,
It's
that's
5.
what blocked off. I think humanity is the
Yeah.
boxes you can check off.
No, it's the... I mean, that may be how it was supposed to be marked, but this was how I marked it.
Okay.
There you go. As long as you know, it's all good.
Like, I have 5 humanity, and I have 1 stain right now. But according to this,
Okay,
to resist
humanity,
frenzy...
There's a chart.
So to resist frenzy, the vampire rolls willpower against a difficulty set by the storyteller, which is 3.
What's your-
Vampires add dice equal to 1/3 of their humanity rounded down
That's
to their
what the chart
willpower
is.
pool.
Okay, what's your humanity?
5.
5, so it'd be 1. It says, according to this, 1 die.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1 is 7.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I marked mine the same way that I'm looking
Can
at
she
it.
spell
There's no way I
spend a
only have 3
willpower
humanity.
point on a frenzy check?
I don't know if you can spend a willpower point on...
Let's just ask you a
On-
question because I'd like to know.
I have all of that written
There's
down.
you're down here under special traits, so you got spending willpower. What do you want to try? What are you looking at?
Can you use
spend
it
it on a frenzy check? Frenzy check.
on frenzies? Because there's certain things you can't spend it on. I know that. It's on here.
It just says
let's
reroll
see.
1 to 3 normal dice.
Not usable during willpower rolls. Control 1 turn during frenzy. Dominate presence, mind control, etc. So you can use
this
it
is
to...
a willpower roll because your base is willpower plus 1/3 of your humanity.
Yeah.
So
And you can use willpower to gain control of yourself for one
Yes.
round during a frenzy.
It said you may not use it against tracks, and humanity is a track.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Ooh.
well. These dice don't like me as much as the other dice. I
Ruh-roh.
only got 2 successes.
Okay.
Because, wait, no, is a 6 a success?
Yes.
Yes.
Just.
So, yes, 2 successes.
Okay.
Fuck all these dice.
Like, great, at the end of this, the dice don't turn against us at the end. Come on, man.
Let's see.
Where did that sheet go? It actually had it on there. I think it's 1 through 5. There it is. 6 through 9, success.
Great. It doesn't matter because I only got 2.
So we established you can't spend a willpower to roll dice.
Yeah. It's a track roll.
A vampire in
Gotcha.
frenzy loses all capacity for rational thought, driven solely by rage, starvation, or panic. They do whatever it takes to rip the provocation to pieces, slake their hunger, or escape the perceived threat, usually violently, and with plenty of collateral damage.
She's drinking the good boy.
So if you fail a hunger check, hunger frenzy must feed on the nearest mortal human, which you're already doing. If it's a touchstone,
He's
you may
not
spend a
actually a
willpower.
mortal human, is he?
Oh, but he tastes even better than a mortal human, though. He would count.
Oh, okay. No, I was just curious. It was like,
So are you frenzying?
yeah. Well, it was a difficulty 3, and I only succeeded twice.
Oops.
What is your current hunger?
0.
Oh, okay. It says hunger frenzy ends when your hunger reaches 1 or less. So I'm going to say you just end up taking too much. You don't drain him, but I'm going to say you take enough out of him that he is like real woozy. He's not like he's not going to die, but he's not in great shape. It's like he went and gave blood 3 times.
Wow.
And you're amped.
That is glorious. Someone should probably feed him a bunch of meat.
Okay.
The rich guy do the Postmates.
Yeah, he's like pale, and you can kind of. He's like
Actually, don't you have some blood bags around? Maybe we could do a transfusion real quick.
Oh yeah, aren't
You're a
you
medical doctor.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Aren't you a doctor?
Yeah. I did. I have a medical bag. Go find it.
okay.
Go get it. Get it set up. Who are we transfusing from?
Wait, wasn't it supposed to also like hematology or whatever? Like
Yeah.
blood? Okay,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah. This is perfect.
Oh, it was his thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you had some bags of blood since you're squeamish
Nope.
about bloody blood.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard for that, but
Okay.
but I can do a transfusion from one of these good folk here if that's what you want to do.
Well, I wouldn't
I'd-
want
well,
to do
no,
a
I'd have to check
transfusion
for,
one of us
You need the
tomorrow.
blood type.
I'd have to check for blood type. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best I can do.
Well, I mean, since Anna Sophia has been feeding on them for so long, maybe she has an idea of what certain blood types are.
Okay, they probably have different flavors.
Anybody here owe Neg? It's a universal donor.
I think just order a mistake would probably be okay, but he may not be any use tonight. But he won't die.
I would like him to be of some use tonight, so...
Why not both? Feed him a steak and put some blood in him.
You're a hematologist. You can probably
Alright.
type. You probably have all this shit to type blood.
Okay.
too.
Sure. I'll make some rolls.
Yeah.
If you guys
Make
want
a
me rolling.
hematology roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys want me to roll?
Yay! Yeah, it's been working out for everybody so far.
I mean, last time you were the one
you
with the
were
good
rolling
touch.
really well last week, so
The dice will hear you.
So medicine pathologist. 1,
So
2,
much
3,
talking.
4 plus what? Intelligence?
Sure.
4, 5, 6, 7.
He has a huge dice pool for it. and
Of
oh,
course he
we're
does.
doomed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 7 didn't exactly work out super well for me.
Oh yeah. If you get a messy success, I know exactly what's happening.
It's 1,
Oh,
2,
that shouldn't.
3.
Well,
No, that's
that'll
fine,
work.
doesn't
It'll be
matter.
fine.
Yeah, 4.
It's 4
Right? 'Cause I-
successes.
4
yeah.
successes.
Yeah, 4 successes.
4 successes and nothing funny.
Nope.
Nope.
I was gonna have
Nothing
you go
funny.
into frenzy
Funny.
and kill him.
You
Okay.
really wanna...
Just
You
poor
really
guy.
wanna hurt the good boy. so badly.
No, I want you guys to hurt the droid.
He's a pet. We can't.
You've given us a rhino again, haven't you?
Yeah. No, this is not a rhino. Okay. Yeah, he's, I don't know, be positive, and then you
Of
just have
course,
to
it's
start.
time to be positive. Why wouldn't you be positive?
Right.
Yeah.
So then you just have to type and you can do all
right.
assume that roll takes care of it.
Okay.
How many successes did you get? Do you remember?
4.
4? Okay, yeah, not a problem. All right. So it's probably, by the time he gets there and fucking around, it's probably 11, so you're like sitting there with the bags on.
Well, I could just transfer it directly from one guy to another. I don't have to go to the bag and back.
Yeah, it's easier to squeeze the bags.
Okay, I'll squeeze it. Whatever you say.
You can
Better than
squeeze the
squeezing the
people,
jar.
but
And
they
it's
don't
not-
like
yeah,
it.
We're squeezing the other guy. Just,
And if it backflows, then we get 2
faster.
Just
werewolves.
Capri Sun it. Just
Oh yeah, I don't want. Do you want satanic werewolves? Because this is how you get satanic werewolves.
Do you want satanic werewolves? Is really more the question.
is that a question?
As long as they're loyal.
I don't think that's a question
I mean,
at all. I think
this
that's
is
a dump.
this is the issue. Is the loyalty question?
I think werewolves are feral for a long time before they become loyal to anything.
Then
I think there's a
no.
whole period where they just tear shit apart.
Yeah, it's like teething.
Oh, I don't want to puppy-proof the church.
Or yourself.
Gnawing on rocks on the
I
outside.
do
of
have
the
a good
church.
catacombs they could gnaw on all the bones.
That would make them happy.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's like 11:45 by the time he's to the point where his color's back and he's looking okay.
Can we do this on the go? Can we put him in a car?
yeah,
sure.
I mean, if he's going for
Sure.
the bag, we could just hang it on the little
Okay.
hook in the back seat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right next to the dress. You don't want to wear that; it'll get wrinkled. You gotta,
I
you
have
gotta
an
change it.
entire suit that is not a dress. Because,
sorry.
like I have the old school Mongol armor,
Oh, okay.
but make it
yeah.
fashion.
Nice. Temujin.
Okay. All right, so you guys are on your way up to the Rose Bowl, or I keep saying Rose Bowl, Hollywood Bowl. I'm thinking because of the fight. And
No, we've already done stuff with the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
this is
Yeah,
true.
we already wrecked that one. We gotta use a different bowl today.
That's so 3 weeks ago.
Literally.
That's so seven months ago.
So you get to the backstage area. I'm assuming is that where you're going to do your entrance from? Okay.
The Teamsters with flashlights.
Right. Yes. Right. And the police escort with the 2 motorcycles in the front. Woo woo whip woo whip whip woo whip. As you're going up.
That's the sound of the police. Okay. So we have our little caravan of stuff. Do we see other people starting to park or?
Oh, there's a bunch of cars already there.
Good.
I mean, it's not like packed.
Oh no, it shouldn't be packed. I
No,
mean,
there's not that many
no.
vampires.
Yeah.
Is it all funky cars? You've got really old vintage cars, like a horse.
Oh, but there are a couple horse carriages there.
Yeah.
There's 2 horse carriages there. It looks like a lot of them may have Ubered in. Most of the cars you see probably belong to the catering service.
We're just monsters.
Yeah, I'm playing a vampire.
Yeah.
Monsters, yes.
Okay.
And Scully's, when you get to the backstage area where they put the dressing trailers, and there's permanent dressing trailers back there. But Scully's back there with the radio and yammering on it to.
Oh yeah. And as soon as I get in, I put on a headset and I have my iPad and I was like, all right, are the effects ready? What about the lighting? Remember, red gels. We don't want to wash her out. No, seriously.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do the opening act so I can get some awe on the masses.
Okay.
Aw, hopefully this works better than last time. I just looked it up and I totally forgot what it was. Manipulation plus presence versus composure plus intelligence. So manipulation,
What is it versus?
intelligence and composure.
Okay.
Watch your head.
So I actually do have a small quintet to back him up.
Okay.
They're all dressed in tuxedos with white masks.
on, so you don't see their face. They're just sort of almost robotic in the background. He's supposed to be the center of attention. I make sure, and all the lighting works that way too.
Okay.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. Do you start playing?
Lucky, is it okay if I
Swell.
do an opening prayer?
Of course.
See if I could get a few converts since we have a venue.
Okay. What are you playing? Do you know?
Wow, I actually don't have anything on top of my head. Just any, let's just go with the Dance Macabre.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. So you finish it. There's a big swell of. And how many successes?
As he's playing the Dance Macabre, the old black and white animation is up on the screen.
Nice. Nice. That was 4 successes.
Okay. All right.
Shit. Okay.
I love it.
While they're doing their like opening acts, if you will, I would like to sense the unseen.
Okay.
Great. So it's free, and then wits.
This is like from
wits are
the
resolved
sides.
objects.
Are you on stage or you're not? You're still backstage.
I'd say I'm like in the wings.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going to stick close to Lashmi.
Okay.
And
I'm
then
just going to stick close to her.
because I can detect vampires using obfuscate this way.
Right.
Detecting vampire wits plus aspects versus wits plus obfuscate.
I think that's in our cheat sheet here, right?
3, 6.
I believe so.
And there's a verses on that. Yeah.
So, can you
It's
solid-
wits plus
Can you look
obfuscate
up,
on the obfuscated
entrancement?
person's
I just want to make sure
side.
if it's one target or if it's targets within sight. It's not on the cheat sheet specifically.
Oh, for here. Sorry.
That's okay. No, you keep rolling because you're leading to look it up. All right. Never mind. I got it. I can look it up.
That's 1, 2, 2 successes.
Oh, on a single person. Never mind.
It's just rude. You guys are being rude to me today.
Don't they know you're the prince?
You know, the Count would have been a Malkavian. He's obsessed with counting. Yeah. That's
Kind
funny.
of want to like.
There's a very dumb joke. It's like, who's your favorite Dracula? Oh, the Count from Sesame Street. He doesn't count. Oh, I assure you, he does.
I love it.
You don't see anyone.
Well, I know she
I mean,
must
come
be
on,
here,
an
and I'm just
Nosferatu's
not.
going to try to kill you. What are they going to do? So, I mean,
I
you
mean, I'm
know
just-
there's someone out there.
Exactly. I'm just going to continue to like, and I'm going to see if Good Boy. Can Miriam have a Good Boy like scent her, or is it too much in the everything?
That's a great
Use
question.
the wolf abilities.
And you had your heightened senses on.
I do have my heightened senses on, so if you can tell me like she kind of smells like this, it might help me suss her out.
Alternatively,
I'm just checking to see.
would Felix have rigged up any glitter cannons?
Oh yeah, totally. I already told you. I have glitter cannons. Just keep them
Even
away
just-
from.
even
For a
just fog
strategic
machine.
moment.
Even just a fog machine would be enough, right?
Strategically place smoke bombs.
Or doesn't obfuscate work like on your brain? Like you
It
just
does.
don't see
It
them.
does.
So
Yeah.
even
So
if
if there's a rain of glitter and there's a blank spot,
but you don't see the blank spot because you. I don't know. That would be up to the GM. I just remember
That's-
obfuscate
Ooh.
being much trickier than just being
Yeah.
invisible.
yeah.
Someone roll for what's his name?
The good boy.
Yeah,
What am I rolling?
Tony. Let's say 7 dice.
Okay. 5, 7.
One of my favorite parts about this campaign was
Ooh.
3 successes, it looks like.
Tie goes to the player character.
Yeah.
She's out there. Tony's like, yeah, I can smell her.
What does she smell like?
Like a sewer outlet, but like close to the ocean, like near the like a what do they call an estuary? But the water coming out is sewage, but it's real faint. You ever smell rotten mussels?
No. I dine at better places than that.
Like you ever been to like a pier or anything?
Colin, brackish effluence.
Oh! Yes! Someone speaks English. Okay, so let's just ask me add aspects to my perception rolls. So, okay. I couldn't remember exactly what heightened senses did, but it's good to know. But since she's out here, I am actually going to roll my rouse check for fleetness, which lets me add celerity.
Okay.
Yep, I succeed.
Okay.
So now I can add celerity to my non-combat dexterity rolls if I need to.
Got it.
Because I don't want to get killed. Not today. Not today, Satan.
Can I see the book for a second? I have a dumb idea.
You've never had one thus far.
Yes, first time for everything. Good luck finding it, though.
Oh God.
What are you looking up?
I don't know.
Hours here.
Powers. I need specifics of how to do a thing. Toughness. No, not you. Share the senses.
I will say though that like one of the things I really love about this campaign is how we keep like it's like, oh, there are these really incredibly dangerous creatures. And it's like, just take one of those. Just stick them in my pocket. Just take one and stick it in my pocket.
Saving them for later.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Mina count as a stranger because I've seen her with my eyeballs, but in visions?
I don't. What are you looking at?
Share the senses.
Oh, that means you can share someone's senses, but you have to know them? Or what does it say?
It says when used on a stranger, this power requires line of sight to initiate. Oh, you can use it over longer distance for someone who still has user's blood in their body. Okay. Never mind. If I can't see her, I can't do it.
Okay.
That's why I needed the book.
So you finish,
Oh yeah, I'm finished.
and then
So
you,
I've awed the entire crowd. Let's maybe add my presence score to any performance and persuasion rolls,
okay.
Including Mina.
including Mina.
Because she did see it, yes.
Mhm.
I love it.
So I believe a prayer at the beginning of the ceremony is called an invocation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do an evocation. Evocation, if you will.
Yay.
What a show.
I love it.
Do you want me to roll anything for this?
Are you going to try to? Are you just going to?
I'm trying to convert people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was it that said that we're going to diablerize Mina when they saw her?
They're
No.
going to diablerize fake Kwame Amaluf.
And that
George
was,
Palmer.
yeah.
George Palmer.
So many names. Thank you. And someone's paying attention.
He's like, oh, when I find him, I shall eat him. Or them, since we don't actually know if it's a.
Persuasion and manipulation.
Persuasion?
That's a skill.
Okay.
Or
Can do.
performance, if you have performance.
I do. My persuasion is better. It's the same as my infernalism, so I'll just use persuasion.
such a great word. I got to bring that back into my vocabulary more often. Yeah.
3. 3 successes.
Okay. Okay. You may have gotten some converts. You get a rousing applause when you finish.
Excellent.
And the place obviously is not full, but you could like in the little box seats in the front. I'm assuming that's the seating for the kindred, and
Exactly.
then behind them is the seating for the catering.
Right.
Okay.
Craft services table.
Craft services.
It's the craft services section.
You get converts, but they're going to be gone with you.
Craft
The
services.
craft services tableau.
That's okay.
Although,
I'm trying to tempt them to damnation, so if they convert and then immediately die, they just go onto my list.
There you go.
Would it be possible for me to, now that I know for sure Mina's out there, can I try Sense the Unseen again?
Yeah, I think there is a way you can do that.
I don't want to, like, you know. Just wondering if I can call upon my, like, do a little blood search about it.
You know, I'll say you can make a second roll, but you have to spend a willpower point.
Okay. And then okay, wits plus aspects. And then I'm going to do a blood surge about it. And you said I get 2 more dice for that?
Yes.
Yes.
You make a rouse. You have to make a rouse check. I think when you do blood search, do you have to make a rouse? I think you make a
Doesn't
rouse
say
check.
so on this list, but it could be. Hunger, rouse blood. Blood surge. Increase dice pool for 1 roll by surge rating. That's all it says on here, so it doesn't give you the full rules. I guess.
I'm pretty sure you have to make a
That would make sense.
roll 1d. You got to do it. Surging blood into attributes. That's one of the waking up at sunset, activating most disciplines, surging blood into attributes, mending damage, and taking on the bless of life. Those are all things that require a rouse check.
Okay. Well, I succeeded with a 9.
Okay. And you
So-
get 1 die per surge.
I currently get 1 die.
Okay, so you now get 2. One of them is a hunger die.
Okay. So,
Question: Can the mage find her?
Miriam's busy.
Okay.
And I would like to not stretch her too thin because I want to make sure that.
I wonder if we just
I got 4 successes.
Oh, I thought almost like what is happening? Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then
wow, a lot of dice.
it is. I find
Let me clear a space for
as
you.
much as I love this system, I find some of the stuff complicated.
Remember, you can still
Dear
spend a willpower power to reroll 3 of those dice if you want.
And I'm going to because I got 3 successes, and both of my hunger dice landed on 9s.
Ooh, so close.
So I'm just.
I wouldn't re-roll those.
Well, you can't reroll hunger dice anyway.
Oh,
But, and I got 1 more success, so that makes 4 successes.
Okay. This is Sense Unseen. Mm-hmm. Sense Unseen works on.
It just says see invisible.
Yeah, it's specifically intended to work on obfuscate.
Yeah,
Does it? What
that's why there
obfuscate-
was the. That's why there was the.
What obfuscate powers does it work on? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, it says a vampire using obfuscate.
Oh,
Any
okay.
power that would allow them to be
All right.
invisible or
So you see Mina, and she is basically standing kind of like upstage, kind of center stage, but way in the back.
Oh. Ooh, she's real close.
Yeah, she was on stage with you.
Oh, that's lovely.
I wonder if any of the audience knew that. There's a lot of vampires there.
But they're not looking for me now.
Can I share this with you, with someone else, like her position?
Sure.
I'm standing next to you.
Now she's looking over in your direction.
And I go, oh, position? Here's an image of the stage.
And I'm gonna tap exactly where she is.
Okay. I basically share that with everybody. I put a little X right there.
How's Tony doing?
He's fine.
Sick. Sick 'em.
Let's saw. Sick
Tony,
balls.
sick balls.
Now, what I heard was...
God, that's a
Stand
great
by me,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to come up with as many movie quotes as I can for this character. This whole thing is just...
Okay. This seems like
What could possibly go wrong?
pretty much.
Have a frenzied werewolf on stage in front of a bunch of vampires. What could possibly go wrong?
I would suggest making some kind of announcement beforehand. Perhaps a bit of subterfuge.
I mean, you say that, but I'm just going to call her out.
I'm just doing my job.
Like, do you think that you pass unnoticed?
Where are you?
I'm gonna, like, I think now that everybody knows, like, I've let everybody else know.
Right. You like that?
She's right there.
right
it's
next
time.
to the right next to that palm tree.
Like, it's time to go. Like, time to.
Okay. But when you say that to her, where are you?
Oh, I think I'm gonna, like, walk out onto the stage.
Okay.
It's probably a bad idea. I don't even care.
No, it's dramatic and awesome.
Hands on sword. Like, let's go. Like, we're ready.
But I would like us all to go out together. Is that not going to be a thing that we do? Or
Well, I feel like you're probably already out there.
We're probably already out there. I would like it to be known that I have a shotgun underneath of my habit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But part of the reason why I wanted to ask if I could let you know is, like, can I be like, hey, because I want us all to know.
Oh, when I'm showing you on the thing,
Yeah.
you just type it out. We just, where is she?
Felix let us all know.
That's the thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
put a
that's
dot on
nice.
the map.
Yeah.
Great.
So we know where she is. I know where to shoot unless she moves, because I still can't see her.
I'm actually going to make a rouse check to also activate traversal. Just in case I need to make a vertical escape or vertical movement. I want to be able to do that. Oof.
Oh, actually, I should probably do a clinging of the insect.
You know
before
what?
we
I
start this
also have
business.
sense unseen. Can I, now that I know where she is, try to see her?
Sure. You make another roll.
Do I have any advantage for knowing where she is?
Well, I won't make you spend a willpower to re-roll it.
I haven't rolled it.
Oh, you haven't? Oh,
Hey, Stuart, can I look at your book?
Of course.
Too much.
I don't have anything to
I'll
sense
cut.
anything.
I'll cut her die pool.
Can't do anything until I actually start hitting stuff.
I still got 4 successes.
2 tens is how? Tens double when
Two
there's
tens.
two
That's
of them?
4 successes right there.
I got 6 successes.
Okay. What does your
Nice.
hunger die look like?
5 and 3.
Okay. All right.
They were so good to you.
Good job, guys.
You got. Yeah. You see exactly where she is.
Sweet.
Now I've asked twice where you were, and I'm going to ask you, and just honestly answer me. Were you looking at her?
Oh, no.
Okay. That's
She's-
important.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I wanted
that's
to
what
make
that's the
sure.
reason.
I wanted to make sure that I was not,
Okay.
because I do not feel like getting into
Right.
some kind of weird dominance bullshit with her. Neither of us.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I can see her, I'm gonna try the share the senses thing with her.
Okay. All right.
How does that work? Resolve plus aspects, difficulty 3. And they have to make a rouse check.
Thank you, sir.
Crushed it. One, 2, 3, 7.
No, wait, yeah, 2 10s.
7?
7 successes.
What's that blood die? Is that a 0 on that blood die?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Well.
What'd that do?
We shall soon see.
So, but did you get any 10s?
I got 2 10s.
2 10s. All right, so you get a critical success with a hunger dice showing a 10. A messy critical. This is a tough place for a masquerade breach.
True.
There are humans here, but
yeah.
they're about to be snacked upon.
And they're far away.
they are far
They're
away.
far
yeah.
away
They're-
right now. Although there is the quintet you put on stage.
That's true.
So there could be cameras that are projecting, because the Hollywood Bowl has those
Well,
giant
or
screens that they're.
Well, I'm pretty much in control of the AV individual.
Right, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
If none of those happen, it's just a mess.
It could very well be that somebody has a drone watching the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, that's possible. That's possible. I like that one. Yeah, let's say that.
Way to help out there, Jim.
I've actually seen that.
I was
One of
gonna
those big
suggest something
DLJ,
much worse than
DJL,
that.
DLJ, what, DJI,
Yeah.
DJ, whatever the big ones. Yeah,
Yeah, those
the
Oh.
nice ones. Okay.
those hills are very populated and people like to.
Those hills have eyes, you could
Yeah,
say.
they do.
That's actually been my experience. That when you give the players a chance to figure out their own fumble, it's always worse than what you were coming up
Right.
with.
Those gems.
Yeah.
Make a perception thing.
Perception?
Yeah, because she's looking in specific places and see if that might help you.
Well, yeah, because basically that lets me tap into the senses of another mortal or vampire, seeing, hearing, and feeling what they do. So if she's
Okay.
looking at something, I'm seeing it.
Okay, all right. Then she can't see. Go ahead and make wits plus awareness,
Okay.
or no, or insight. Either one.
Okay.
In this case.
I got 1 success.
You're doing so well.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
No
wait, you can spend a
failure.
willpower and
Yeah.
reroll 3 dice.
I can spend a willpower. Oh, actually, I have a thing called Agent of Chaos. I can reroll 1 die without willpower during a chaotic situation.
this is certainly, if it's not now, is about to become one.
Okay. If not, I could use the willpower to reroll 3, right?
Yes.
But no hunger die, so you really only get to reroll 2.
I have one in my hand.
Well, right, but you're
you
using
can
your
reroll
Agent
that
of
too.
Chaos.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
will get to roll that one for Age of Chaos and these 3 for her willpower.
But the
And
6 is
that's-
already a success.
There you go.
But if this one is dumb, can I...
You can, you
Oh,
can
yeah, I
reroll
mean,
it.
that's 3.
Sure,
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I see what you're doing now. Like it is. Okay.
It's dumb, so we use a willpower.
Okay.
Do better.
Ooh, lots of-
All successes.
So
They did
4.
better. 4, yes.
4. Okay, that's much better. All right. She is looking out in where the tree line is, out at the way past the cheap seats.
Uh-huh.
And you can kind of, it's real hard to see because of all the lights coming on you, but you can kind of see that there is some sort of shadowy motion at that tree line.
Okay, who's near me?
Probably me.
And me, most likely.
What kind of trees are they?
Just like regular trees you find in the forest.
The large.
The larch.
larch.
It's the ones with all the little pine needles.
Pine trees?
Pine trees.
Pine trees.
That's the word I was looking for.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Sycamore cedar?
Gotta lay off the pipe, dog.
Old age
All
and
right.
tiredness.
I'm gonna look at Colin, and just say something fucking weird to you, because I feel like you'll interpret things.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, and she's just gonna look at you and say, the blue spruce spirits have always caught my eye when I visit the forest. Those are the type of trees I'm looking at.
Oh yeah.
Don't you find that at night they're so lovely?
I do, and I think we should not be the only ones to enjoy them.
Agreed.
So I'm going to address the masses.
Okay.
Because I have them all odd.
Including the vampires.
Oh yeah, vampires, yeah, everybody. Brethren of the Glittering Night. We have guests among the sentinel trees. Bring them into the light. And I'm
Okay.
basically like trying to suggest to them, go into the trees and deal with whoever's out there.
Got it.
So that was going to be a persuasion roll with charisma,
All right.
I'm guessing. 4 charisma, 3 persuasion, and I have 2 hunger, so 2 hunger die.
And then, do you add your?
And then I add my presence.
That's amazing.
Right?
You
This
guys
is
are
what I
kicking
do.
everything into turbo right now.
Let's see. That is 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's going to be hard. Let's do this. Those are not successes. That's not a success. That's not a success. That's not a success. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. All right. So the craft services section, they move first. They're like right away, just like, and they start heading up that direction, and then you start hearing the report of gunfire coming from that very same
If
direction.
they're shooting them, they're not shooting us. So
And they are firing incendiary rounds, and you can see like constant tracers, and someone up there has got some kind of very large machine guns. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Every single spot, every single light that I can focus is spot on that right now.
Okay, all right.
and I assume our curation buddies.
Oh, there's crossfire going on all over the place back there.
And, like the people we informed about the caches that we put around the arena are hopefully getting their own incendiary rounds.
So that well, you didn't tell the craft services about that.
Oh no, God no.
No, they're cannon fodder.
I mean, like our Croatian people are like Scully and his people probably
yeah.
know.
Yeah. So they go off in the first wave, and then the second wave is vampires. Some of them kind of disappear. Some of them do other things, and they start moving around the sides, and that's happening.
Good.
Mina is now heading towards stage right. Quickly.
She's still obfuscated?
No, she can't be. She's moving.
Well, there's you can
Oh, there's
have
the
advance
other-
enough
There,
you can
yeah,
have
there
advance.
she
is.
she
I
has
have
that.
that too.
She has that.
Is her back turned?
At this point, yes. She's running.
I have incendiary bullets in my shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Okay. It's probably
Aces on that plan.
it's probably a combination of like sand and magnesium.
I
or
feel like
something.
it's gonna be hard to obfuscate if you're on fire. So
They're dragon
way to-
rounds. Shotgun dragon rounds.
Right.
They're, yeah.
okay,
They're
so
nasty.
Fuck the shotgun up though.
firearms
matter.
and what?
Dexterity and firearms, I
Dex.
believe.
Oh, here, it's on the sheet.
And you can also up your dexterity.
Long time ago, I sat down and
Yeah.
figured out
I'm gonna do that.
Blood surgy thing.
what
Blood
those
surge.
rounds do
I think that's a rouse check
to
to
a
do that.
vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get hungry.
Yep.
We're
If not now, when?
getting a little eye blood going. It's fine. We're not at full stigmata yet.
Imagine a full stigmata would be difficult to hold a shotgun with.
It's slippery.
It's a little slippery. But, like, if you just tuck it in the corner here, then your trigger finger is not blood, because the blood comes from here, technically.
Good point.
Which is interesting because really, like,
Is that
Put a lot of
because
thought
it's
into
this spot, like for crucifixions, like this is where it's that place where like you can stick a nail through and the bones will form around it, rather
Yeah.
than just ripping through the flesh.
Right.
Yeah, because the hand is
Yeah,
just
this
going
is
to come
nothing.
out through the fingers.
Yeah,
here.
it's
It's
gonna
not
rip
going
right
to hang very
through.
long with that. Oh, I'm crazy.
I mean, the fact that I've
You're
known
not
this
giving
since I was 16 is like
Before
real
you
where
roll,
it comes.
you get a damage bonus. I don't know.
It's like
It's been
right.
so long since I read
it's
the
right-
combat
yeah, right
rules.
here,
It was
right
something
with the-
gnarly.
Because you can feel
I
it.
may have
Yeah.
written it down.
Well, I have. There's a plus
The wrist
6
beat.
damage bonus, but I don't know if you just add plus
no,
6
that's
to
the
your
thing. It
successes,
can't be in the wrist.
or
It
if
has
you
to
roll
be
6
where the-
more dice.
there's
Or was
a
it like a
hole
burning thing? A burning
between
damage?
your hand.
Or was it,
bones.
it was
And then
aggravated
this-
damage?
in this area.
Yeah, but it's a 6 die bonus, and I don't remember how that works. I have to look it up
Thanks,
real quick.
Catechism.
6 die bonus for
Well,
what?
there's
The damage
It
bonus
doesn't
for
apply.
the
It doesn't apply to the
incendiaries.
roll to hit, but it applies
Yeah,
to the roll
see,
to
I think
damage.
the roll to hit is the damage roll as
Yeah,
well.
you get the base level. What is it? You take the weapon. You add plus 6 to its base damage, and then you add successes. I believe is the way
That's
that it
the
works.
old way. I think the new way, it's a contested roll,
Okay.
and whatever's left over is what the damage is. I think. I got to read though. It's been a long time since I read this, and
Okay.
we've barely had combat.
Well,
We
you know,
haven't shot a lot of things.
Yeah.
No.
We've mostly talked to them.
And I've stabbed a few people, but like,
I've threatened a lot of people with all this.
yeah. We did a really good job of avoiding combat.
Well, yeah. Well, to me, vampires with combat with werewolves. I used to run this game a lot. It's just a losing proposition. That's just for setting aside and avoiding.
I've mostly done a lot of hallucinating, which spot on for Malkavian.
Right.
When we played Vampire Dark Ages, it was the best setting for this game, as far as I'm concerned. We had 2 Brujas going up against one Black Spiral Dancer werewolf, and we just ended up turning tail and running because we put him down twice and he just got back up.
Okay,
That's why I mostly used my Toreador mind control powers on them in our game.
Yeah.
Just steal them every time.
Told them
Yeah.
to sit.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
literally like, I'm like, let me take over beings that are technically more powerful than myself,
Right.
and send them to do things for me.
They make good minions.
okay. Where- Okay, it's resolve plus firearms.
Resolve plus firearms.
This is if you're being there's 2 types of ranged attacks: exchanging fire, which this is not. She's running, or sniper. One is composure plus firearms, and the other is resolve plus firearms.
I would like to use resolve, please.
Well, resolve is what you would use, because
Okay.
composure you would use if you're squaring off with someone else who's shooting at you.
According to this, it says composure, resilience, or dex plus firearms.
Well, I'm reading that
Okay.
it said, but sniper.
Okay.
I don't need to pump that dexterity.
And I'm just going to say that you were going to add,
I'm gonna keep it though.
just make your roll, and whatever your number of successes are, we're going to add 6, which is the damage bonus for the round.
Okay, great.
And I don't even remember how people get hurt.
Wow. I mean,
Okay.
plus 6.
Plus 6. Oh yeah, plus 6.
So you're
3 successes.
so 9 total.
9 total.
Okay.
Wow.
Incendiary ants.
One shot.
Kaboom! This is my boomstick, Mina.
Backwater savages.
It shouldn't have come out
Shot
to my
Esmart.
coronation. Like, she could take it over.
To look something up.
Did I really not write down how?
Where are the cheat sheets? There we go.
What is it you're trying to find? Aggravated damage?
What to do after this?
Oh,
So I've got 9 damage to, but I'm not. I don't,
I think I gave you a
I
sheet
don't know if
about.
she gets a soak. I don't know if she gets a soak roll like in the old version or not. I don't remember.
I think I gave you a sheet that had the order of attacks and stuff.
combat traits, dangers.
Because if we look in the book, we'll be here forever. Might be a chart in the back, though. I did see something.
Is there no longer soak rolls? Maybe there aren't. There's no mention of it
Yeah, I
whatsoever.
don't remember really.
We have. There's armor. I don't know if she has it.
Yeah, but armor. What armor does is, it's right here. Where did I see it? Superficial aggravated armor. Each point of converts one aggravated damage taken to superficial damage.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which is damage you can heal with blood, which is good.
Right. But you did 3?
3 plus 6.
3 plus, yeah.
9.
That plus 6 is very important.
Yeah.
It's extremely important. I'm going to change her health and say she has 7.
She has 7 health? Okay. Great. Is she actively on fire?
Oh, probably. Yeah, at this point you can see her. Her back is peppered with like incendiary little like bits of magnesium, and she's like stumbling, like falling to the ground.
Great. Does anybody mind if I do one more thing? Can I take one of the luxurious embroidered velvet dais throws to put her out and then eat her?
We can start that process.
Okay. I would like to eat the mean lady.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
You deserve it.
So she's gonna be like a -2 to her dice pools at this point. So let's brawling
Now-
plus dex is probably gonna be our
Do
deal.
either of them have to roll a frenzy because of the fire?
Oh, probably both of them have to roll.
yeah.
That's
frenzy
why I'm
whenever they
throwing a
come
blanket on her
I'm just
first.
checking. Okay.
Okay, so I did use that rouse check to pump my dex.
Do make a quick frenzy because she's like engulfed.
Oh yeah, how do I make a frenzy roll again?
I will let you know right now.
Frenzy roll versus
Frenzy for this would be a terror roll, and I'm going to say this will be a difficulty 2. You make a will roll.
Difficulty 2.
Triggered by sunlight, fire ends when the threat is gone.
So if you
Frenzy roll, roll willpower versus 2 to 4 basic trigger severity.
I remember you add humanity divided by 3 round down to that, right?
I don't. That's for the hunger.
Oh, okay.
This is a terror frenzy.
Okay, roll willpower versus
2.
add bonus. Okay, so I don't add the humanity bonus.
No,
Okay.
that's for hunger.
Come on, at least 2. Oh, can I have that one back, please? That's 3. 4.
Okay. Fine. Now we'll go ahead and do a dex plus brawling.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay. Come on, dice, you can do it.
Here's your grapple.
Thank you. Eat the lady. 2. Can I use a willpower to reroll?
It's an attack roll, sure.
Okay. I can only reroll these 2 though, because those 2 are hunger dice. That's
Right.
fine. Do a better job. Please.
Oh.
No!
They don't respond to kindness.
Rude.
You're fired.
Rude.
Totally rude.
Rude.
Oh, she thanks you for putting her out, and then she continues running.
I'm gonna send Tony after her.
Okay, all right.
Hold on.
wanted
Are you
to
initiative
eat
now or
her.
anything?
We can do that. We can get.
I wouldn't
there.
mind taking a stab at her.
All right,
Okay.
let's get there.
Okay.
I don't remember how this works. Let me find it real quick. I don't know if there is a. I don't think there is an initiative.
I will say I have rapid
yeah, there's
reflexes,
initiative.
fleetness, and traversal.
Initiative: close combatants, ranged, engaging others under combat traits, but it doesn't say what it is.
So
At-
close
at the
combatants,
beginning-
then rage.
At the beginning of each turn, each character declares their intent. Then the GM determines the intent of the NPCs. Dice pools are determined by the GM. Combat is strength plus brawl versus or composer plus fire, and then It was complicated. That's why I didn't write out who goes first, because it is screwy.
Great.
And it's screwy in a like non-mechanical way.
Here's the top
It's like-
search result.
It's like these people get to go. This class of characters gets to go before this class of characters.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It's like
oh
that.
no,
Yeah.
no,
No.
don't want it.
No, I'm going to veto that. Let's come up with
Okay.
something.
Can we do
different.
something that's like
Can we
less?
do
Yeah.
wits plus composure plus a D10 and then
Sure,
done?
let's do that.
What about dexterity? Does dexterity have any kind of...
Sure, but I was just thinking it just
Or we could just like decide on an order
yeah. I like
amongst
that too.
ourselves.
Okay.
We can go straight up fate.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I do have rapid reflexes on, fleetness on, and traversal on.
Okay,
Let's see,
that is
that
a
gets
good
you
argument to go first.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
All right. I want her head.
Okay.
I got a sword. I want to just end her, especially after what she did to my poor Sammy. So let's go. It's a dexterity roll. It's a light weapon. And then melee is 3, and I have 1 additional because I have a sword specialty. Yes. And then I have 2 hunger, so those go away. Those go to 2. So many 5s.
So rude.
That's 2 successes, and I'm going to spend a willpower, because screw that.
Do it.
So you're attacking. You're
I'm
attacking.
I'm attacking her, yeah.
Okay, let me make her roll, because it's just a contested roll, and if you get more successes, you do damage. 1, 2. I got 4 successes.
It's another 5.
Right? It's 3 successes.
Oh, dice hate.
They hate me
Full of
tonight.
hate right now.
I don't think I can spend another willpower, can I?
No.
I think it's
I
one
don't
per
think so.
roll.
I didn't
I
think,
don't think so.
Okay, so 3 successes.
So you take 1 point of. Well, I'm going to say ag.
Okay.
You're probably. What were you trying to do? However you
I was trying to swap her head off.
Okay.
Sword.
Well, then just it would be superficial. Then.
Okay.
I would like to send the dog after.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, one second. So if I make a rouse check, I can blink up to 50 feet, which is instantaneous.
Oh, you have celerity too.
Yep.
I will go ahead and say celerity. People get to go before
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
else.
Really
Which I didn't do, so.
All right.
Well, no.
You still did it. You're just hungry.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry, so let me mark that off on my hunger. And then I'm going to stake her.
Okay.
Now, to stake, it says it's a called shot, which is a -2 and 5 damage.
So we're going to roll. What is it's brawl plus dex?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Actually, if you go,
Or is it?
melee is what is the
Grapple,
Oh, it might be melee.
bite, hold.
It
Well,
was really brawl. His melee's a good
well,
weapon.
we've got bite,
Oh,
feed,
stake.
grapple,
Stake.
break free, damage,
It's
bite,
a weapon,
hold,
so it would be a
called shot.
We know. Yeah, we know. You're going to have 2 less dice.
Oh, unarmed strike. No?
No.
yeah
Arm strike.
arm
It's
strike.
an armed
melee
strike.
weapon strike.
It's melee. So it'll be melee plus dex.
Dex plus melee. Okay.
It's a light weapon, technically.
Plus brawl, you said?
So you got 2 successes.
No, plus melee. It's
So-
melee plus dex.
Okay.
-2 because cold shot.
So if it's -2, then I got none. 2 successes, -2.
No, you
Well,
minus
it's
two
minus
dice.
2 dice.
You roll 2 less
I'm
dice.
sorry.
That's
But not you. Keep the hunger dice though. They're the good ones.
Hey!
Ah!
2
2
successes.
successes.
And she got 2. So
Tie goes to player.
how many points of damage do you have to do to incapacitate?
It just says here
it does 5 damage.
it does 5 damage. So
It has
stake
to
is a
do
called
5
shot.
damage because damage is the result of a contested roll.
Okay. I have no idea how this works. So it's a 5 damage thing. So then what's the contested roll on the 5 damage thing?
No, you'd have to get 5 more successes than her.
That
What?
seems
That
excessive.
does
I'm
not make
pretty
any
sure
sense.
that
That
that's
doesn't
how
make
it
any
works.
sense though, because then why is
Why is it damage?
why is
That
there
would
a
be
damage? Yeah.
That would
Because it's a called shot. You're trying to hit a specific
Yeah, that's
part
what
of the
the
body.
called
That's
shot
what
is the
negative
minus
2
2
dice.
But you have to do a certain amount of damage to get to the heart. That's my assumption. Let me see if I have that specific thing.
It kind of makes sense because they don't want people staking people left and right. They want to make it difficult because it is the the ultimate. You can basically once you stab them in the heart, they can't do anything. So it's possible that they raise the difficulty of it just to keep people from stabbing people left and right.
Well,
But
doesn't
did-
she get 2 damage regardless?
Which would kill her.
Because you poked her with a stick.
Yeah, she's
Even
gonna
if you
take
don't
damage
stake her,
regardless.
she
Yeah.
still takes the 2 damage.
Yeah,
And
that makes
she's
sense.
only got 1 left.
Right.
That's metagame.
Like, I don't know what's.
I mean, that would make sense that you accidentally were a little far to the left and you killed her instead of staking her directly in the heart.
I think the last time I tried
or
staking someone, we
down.
ran into this before, and it is really hard.
That ribcage is hard to get through.
Yeah, and
Breastbone sucks.
it's like in order to stake someone, you need to be really good at it.
Which makes sense, but what doesn't make sense is having to. Is that when you succeed in hitting someone with a called shot, that your damage is only the difference between the contested roll? Because,
Oh, I agree.
like, that makes no sense to me.
Kimmy was monitoring chat, or James. So every character has an initiative rating equal to their composure plus awareness. In some conflicts.
Are you sure that's not from the last edition? Because I remember reading it and I remember it being a complicated. It's like these characters can go first, and then these class of characters can go first after that. And da, 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 da. It's like mortals always go last was one of the things on it.
I remember that being World of Darkness.
I seem to remember reading it in this book. Let me. Okay, hold on.
Personally, I want things that make combat less complicated rather than more
Right.
complicated.
Right.
Like,
Just do a thing. You roll 1 die, you're done.
I mean, it's bad enough that I have to roll 4 times to do any
I
damage.
know, right?
Like,
Again, Traveler, if you roll 2 dice, if you hit them, you take the damage, you take the armor damage away, and that's how much damage
and
you
in
take. You're done.
5e to Diablerize someone,
Yeah,
it's
it was like another
at
4
Mina's.
rolls, right?
It's another. No, it's more than that. Because you have like an initial roll, and then you have to roll like for every difference in level between like her generation or blood potency and yours.
Oh,
and like
right,
I ended
right.
up making 7 or 8 rolls
I
to
forgot about
Diablerize
that.
Georgina.
and she wasn't even fighting back.
And
Yeah.
you can use willpower on some of them and not on others. But if you fail any of them, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's like, yeah, Diablerie should be hard, but it shouldn't be
Impossible.
Painful.
yeah.
It shouldn't be ridiculously painful to even attempt.
And it shouldn't be punishing the player with multiple rolls. Like, that's just a lot of rules to memorize.
Listen, just because it's mildly evil doesn't mean it should
Well,
make it
it's-
tedious.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also struggling with the fact that I got pretty familiar with the last version, and so now it's like, and Stu's
That's
right
true.
now too. So the
I do remember it was easier to Diablerize people because we kept doing it.
and staking people, you were doing it with your shoe.
Well, it was so
I
funny.
think Kimmy staked somebody with her shoe.
That's
I
amazing.
just threw my shoe at the enemy.
That's right.
When in doubt, throw a shoe.
Because, when we had the situation with Georgina, and Stu was like, I expected you to Diablerize her like an hour ago, or like an entire session ago. And I was like, well, considering that I could easily lose my entire character, I felt like it was much more of a big deal.
Yeah, you went home and did your homework and studied.
Well, because I wanted to know, before I even tried it, I wanted to know if I could use willpower to try to, like, re-roll.
Right.
Because this usually requires an entire scene to accomplish fully.
Dang.
Cute.
I forgot about that when I tried to eat her.
Okay, here.
So it's
The winner of each contest, this is damage, applies their success margin to the loser's relevant track as damage. The character using ranged weapons likewise applies their margin from their attack test.
Yeah. So what do you do if we were even? Nothing. Yeah, but it's your call. You're the
That's
GM.
the way it sounds.
Ouch.
I mean, I'm looking to see if there's something specific about... And it's funny, because they don't call them combats, they call them conflicts. But there's no conflicts in the index.
There is no conflict.
This book.
Yeah, the book is
Get
trying
it
to
terrible.
see-
together, book.
trying to see if there is an example.
I don't mind not hitting. It's fine. We can, as long as we can just move on with the game. We can sit the dog
Yeah.
after it. That's fine.
Okay.
We've wasted enough time.
So you tried.
I tried and I missed.
Right.
Okay.
Fetch? Okay.
Tony, sick balls.
Now, what I heard was... Okay. He turns into the big guru thing.
Oh boy. That's true. Most of the other vampires aren't looking right now.
No, they're looking the other way. They're fighting the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the tree ghosts.
Because we don't want them.
Someone want to roll for him? I'm going to give him like a 7-die dice pool to attack
Here, you've
him.
been rolling badly. You roll. Oh,
No,
wait, you want to
no.
roll good.
Let's make it an 8 pool dice pool.
Are you doing it?
So she's the only one who's diabolized anybody.
You said 8? Oops.
8.
She's the one that sicked him. Let her.
Yeah.
Let her roll it.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
I got 2.
Listen, nobody really wants me rolling. We all know how it can just turn.
That's at least 2.
That's 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So he like bounds across the stage, jumps on her back, and starts like ripping pieces out.
Such a good boy.
And that's it. I mean, she only had 1 point left. So he's now eviscerating her.
Okay.
Then he like picks her up, shake, puts her back down, starts pulling parts out again. Spine comes out.
Hey, Anna.
Ooh, I can use those for my catacombs. Don't get teeth marks on the bones.
Not what I meant.
Yes?
I think that might be too late for that.
Right. She look anything at all like she did in your vision?
Not now.
No. Does he look like fake Kwame Amaluf right now?
Oh, you mean, like when she was dead, was she like mauled or was she
That's a
shot?
great question.
Or
Yeah, in my vision. How did...
Oh, she was
How did
she
she
was as
look?
dead.
She was just dead in my vision.
Make a like an insight
Okay.
plus I don't know maybe wits or something.
Okay.
Or Jim can just tell you because I think he figured it out. Did you figure it out?
Wow.
You haven't?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. She was Kwame Amaluf the whole time we were having the visions. She was using a ghoul to stand in as her, and she was making herself look like Kwame Amaluf
Oh. Neat.
because she had that. I can't remember what it's like. It's on like the 5th rank
Yeah.
obfuscation. It's where you can make yourself look like other, specifically other people.
Actually, it's only their 4th rank.
yeah, 'cause that's what.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
use it last name.
Fascinating.
Okay.
Because Kwame Amaluf is obviously nowhere to be seen.
Correct, because she can't be him while she's in pieces.
So this is going on. There's all this carnage. There's a firefight up ahead.
Right.
I basically pull a table up the side. I go out and I put out a bunch of little cards. And I pop open a Sharpie and I number them. And then I stand up and I undo my shirt at the belly button and I take my long nail and I sort of rub it around the inside of my belly button and it opens up a little bit and a swarm of mosquitoes come out. And they go over into the woods and they bite all of the paramilitary guys and then come back. And I grab one and I go, thank you so much. Squeeze. 1. Shoot. And I'm going to have a series of index cards with the blood of the people if they get away, so she can take care of them if they need to.
Okay.
Fascinating.
You're a monster.
And doesn't that spell like turns their blood to fire or something?
Mosquitoes are incredibly useful creatures.
Oh yeah.
No, they're not.
So itchy.
Look, I've had this down here for a week.
Okay. And the firefight starts to subside, and it looks like, and then you start hearing some Russians screaming. It's like, no, not me, not me, no, I'm good guy. You start hearing things like that.
It's like, I'm going to take to the stage.
Okay.
I'm going to try to have Miriam rein in. Good boy.
Okay.
He was a
Ooh.
very good boy. And he can take Mina's body with him. This isn't like taking him away from his kill, so much as just getting him to move it to a better place.
You can maul her off stage.
Basically.
Entrails, stage left.
Snaggle.
Okay. She's able. He like drags off the stage into the back, the sort of the backyard area where the trailers and stuff are.
Such a good boy. And I'm going to take to the stage and have Felix call all the spotlights back to me.
On. And then there is a victorious flaming wreath around her from the background.
Sure, want to do fire?
Not fire.
No, blue. It's sort of like this blue, sort of like icy fire, just there for representation.
I was like, no actual
Sparkless,
fire.
no fire. Fire bad.
Actually, no, make it a wreath of sort of arcane runes spinning in a circle.
Oh, there you go.
There.
Yes, there it is.
And it's like, tonight we have overcome and defeated those who would stand against the glittering knight. And as always, it should be the new reign begins drenched in blood. Kindred, we shall continue on with this auspicious beginning, as those who would ever stand against us fall before the might of the glittering knight. Even now, those who would run to anarchy have learned the errors of their ways and are coming back into the fold. Those who would stand against me
Soft but dramatic music.
and
Right.
steal this throne for their own will never be seen again.
Except maybe at this point, because everyone kind of started coming back, and then when you started speaking, they all kind of stopped. So they're all kind of standing like midway down. The kind are starting to look a little nervous now. They're like, what?
And as any good party should end, you've had our entertainment, and now you shall have your feast.
Delicious.
Can I just point out that this game started with this exact scene?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it did. Full circle.
And we were all creeped out then, and now we're like,
Oh, this is fun. Great.
Yes. There's a reason. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
and just it bookends it.
Also, I'm quite hungry.
Me too.
All right.
Let's eat.
It's over. That's it.
I can go home and go do the stuff I love.
That was amazing.
Yay!
All right. Excellent.
Yeah. So like our first scene was walking in on Miroslav doing
Yeah.
this exact thing in his.
It was right after that big attack, and he had everyone because they had all the all the people who had been evacuees were in like the Staples Center, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
And then he's like, "We're going to go to the Staples Center. We're all going to
Yeah.
eat."
Yeah.
Right.
And we were like, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, we were like, I don't want to do that, and now we're. And what? A month later,
Seizing power really works up an appetite.
It
I
does.
mean, really, I'm missing a blood dice.
I do
brilliant.
need a slight
All right.
epilogue of how Apostle X's education is going.
He was. His people were in the middle of laying siege to the Baron's mansion, and they were in the process of breaking into it.
Oh,
okay.
fantastic. I also just want to know if the book I gave him changes some of his views.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Oh yeah, and all the new motorbikes that show up at the bar with basically a little bag of extra cash on it. Please forgive, no harm done. I pay better anyway.
Right.
It's like P.S. Choose your clients more wisely.
Wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been a bad deal anyway.
Yeah.
Yay.
Also, I'm keeping Tony.
Keeping Tony.
All right. Thank you for joining us for the final session of The Glittering Knight Vampire. And thank you very much, and we'll see you. In this game, we won't see you
This
again.
is it. The end of it.
Although-
is it 3 years we've been doing this?
Yeah, well, we had a blast.
Oh,
We
no,
hope
not
you
that
had a
one.
blast.
No, 2.
2 years.
Only 2.
With like a 7-month gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And
To
one
be
day,
fair.
and maybe one day, several years from now, I'll run Vampire again. It won't be in this edition. It'll be in the 20th anniversary.
The 20th
Right.
anniversary
I
is
like
just
that
awesome.
one.
We're just
so
fine.
good. It's
so
so good.
good.
Just fine.
It'll
Why
be,
fix
but
it?
it'll be in that one. And then maybe we'll find out what happened. In another 5 or 6 years. Who
I love
knows?
it.
All right. Thank you very
The
much.
effects of Lakshmi's
Bye.
rule.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have another character who started off so normal and then became...
If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.